All right. Let's go with the pre-show. See how many people we can get in here on the early side. Just got my drink in my Tim Marshner mug. And laid out a few bits of bling here. I think I'm all set with everything. Let me double check a couple things here before we get going. Call line is closed at the moment. Got my early bird words ready to go. Got some, I got my giveaways lined up here. I just got a hold of a brand new new microphone. I'm looking at it off to my left. It's the Shure USB model. It's the MV7, and Little Stacks opened the box before I got a chance to open it, and he was looking at it. He's like, "Oh, dude, Dad, this is awesome." I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm going live tonight, and I haven't had a chance to play with it, so I got to go with my old Snowball." And he's like, "Really? Oh, you can do it." No, not gonna risk it during a live stream. Stick with my tried and true, even though it won't be as nice as this. This is nice. I got a new boom arm for Christmas that I set up for it, so it'll come up and over my monitors. So I'm pretty excited about the setup. It was a good Christmas. This is nice. Anyways, hello everybody in the chat. Thanks for being here in the pre-show. We haven't gotten going formally yet, but just starting up the stream a little early. Looking over my giveaways for tonight. I'm going to tell you what I purchased gold and silver the other day at Tim's. I will mention that. I also am going to be highlighting some incredible 2023 New Year's sale items at SD Bullion, so you're not going to want to miss that too. I'll tell you what I would buy and what I'm going to buy. I can see it right now. I'm looking right at my left monitor. I'm like, yeah, I'm buying that as soon as the stream's over, if there's still some there. So I'll let you know. I'll walk through some of those items for you, but Tim ships everywhere. Yep. Let's see what else. Oh, I should probably give you the early bird words. So guys, if this mic sounds very clear. Well, thank you, JC. Yeah, it's the old one. I'm hoping it's not bad. It's a compressor mic, but I think the next one's going to take it to the next level. I promise not to do any ASMR, though. I promise. All right. Let me give you the early bird words. Now, what this is, very simply, 3 words. I'm going to say it verbally. Do not put them in the chat. All right? Again, do not put them in the chat. Just listen. Write them down. You might also want to write down my phone number, all right, the call-in line, because that's an important aspect. In fact, it's rolling around in the chat, but I'm going to copy it and paste it right in here. Right now, in the chat, just boom, that's the call-in line. The call-in line's not open yet, but it's 978-406-9103. I'm going to give you 3 words. When I open the call line, if you call in and use just one of those words in a sentence when you're talking to Yankee, you win silver. In fact, I would say, I'm looking at a lot of quarters here to give away tonight. It may be 2 quarters. All right, 2 quarters that you win. 1 standing Liberty and 1 Washington silver quarter. That's 50 cents. Half a face value, $1 face. So that would be a great giveaway. That's the number. And here are the early bird words. Again, do not put them in the chat. In fact, I'll time you out if you do, or have one of my wonderful mods like Aspiring Alchemist or MR do it for me. All right. And if Raybar shows up, here's the deal, guys. You got to beat Raybar to the call. Okay. You got to beat him. All right. It's not that I'll answer the phone no matter who it is, but that's your goal. Beat Raybar. Oh, thanks, Dragon Horde. Appreciate that. All right, so here are the words. I'm only going to say them once. I hope you're ready for them. Here they come. The first one is, and then please don't put them in the chat, The first one is Rocco. I had to. Rocco, all right? The second early bird word is vaults. Vaults. And the third early bird word is silver. Again, I'll repeat them, right? Rocco, vaults, silver. That's it. That's for those that are in here. I think I don't know how many I've got in here right now. Let's see, 190. Woo, that's almost 200 now. Okay, well, you're only going up against 200 people who know what those early bird words are. Again, don't put them in the chat. And when I open that call line, there's the number right there in the chat. I can see it, 978-406-9103. You be the first 3 to call in and use just one of those, okay? Just one of them in a sentence, all right? Let's see. Oh, MR's doing something already. I love my mods. Thank you so much. Good to see John Ruck in here. Thank you. I think I've got enough mods for tonight, possibly. I don't know. If I see other people that I've noticed have come on my live streams a lot, I might. Nan XX. You know what? Nan XX, you've been on my live stream quite a bit. I'm going to make you a moderator tonight. So thank you, Nan. Good to see you in here. All right, let's see. What else do I need to talk about before we start the music up? Well, tonight's going to be fun because, yes, we're giving away silver. The SD Bullion giveaway is a beautiful 10th anniversary silver round. You're going to love it. I'm going to give away another pocket pinger tonight. And who knows? If we just start getting a bunch of super chats every 100, I'll give away more of my silver, all right? So we'll do that. What else? Oh, and of course, we have Mukarram Mawjood on tonight. Hopefully you have heard him before. He is tremendous when it comes to bullion, the markets, trading, all the commodities you can imagine. We'll maybe even touch on real estate just for a couple minutes tonight too. He's going to be with us. You really going to enjoy having a listen to Mukarram. And then after we chat, we'll open it up for Q&A. But the first half hour, it will be Q&A and giveaways for people in the chat. So let's see, we've got a few more seconds to go. I think my drink's all set here. Yeah, let's take care of this. There we go. All right. Who wants to who wants to hear the sound of silver? That is kind of ASMR-ish. All right, I'm done with that. All right, guys. I think we're all set to go. I will see you on the other side of the music. Hello and welcome to Ask Yankee. I am so glad you could join me tonight. We are going to have a real fun time. We're going to answer your questions about silver and gold. We're going to give away some silver tonight. And around 9 p.m. Eastern, Mukarram Mawjood is going to join me live. And we're going to be talking about the markets, what happened with silver and gold recently, and what to expect in 2023. So again, thank you so much for being here with me. 282 people in there. Please hit the like button while you think of it right now. And also let me take a moment to thank all my subscribers. Guys, I'm getting closer and closer to that magic 100,000 subscriber count. And to celebrate, I bet you a lot of people in the chat know exactly what I'm going to be giving away. It's on the screen right now, right here. 1 ounce gold pig. Look at this 1 ounce gold coin. This year of the pig, 2007 gold coin is going to be some lucky winner when I hit 100,000 subscribers. It's getting there. I'm getting there. So I appreciate your help on that. Big shout out to Bullion, who is supporting me and you in this live stream. They're very generous. Let me tell you, they are a phenomenal online bullion company. I love Bullion for a lot of different reasons. And after going to their fulfillment center and their vault and spending time with such incredible people led by Tyler Wall, their CEO, I love them all the more. So I am so happy that they're sponsoring this live stream, and they're going to be giving away some silver right here. Look at this. Look at this entire roll of rosies. This might be going away to somebody tonight. Let me put this right there. And then, of course, not yet with the pig. Sorry, guys. Oh, man, we've got quarters to give away. We've got some dimes in here. Standing Liberties. I don't know how many of you have a Standing Liberty, but this may be your chance tonight to get one. So that's nice. Of course, the 1 ounce 10th anniversary silver round will be given away at the end of the live stream. You're not going to want to miss that. And, let me also give a big shout out to all my Yankee militia members. Those are the ones with the white stars in the chat, okay, on that blue background. I see a few of my Yankee Cannon members in the chat too, named after my tube of 1 ounce gold eagles. So I love having my one-on-one meetings with my Yankee Cannon members every month. It's a blast. It's all scheduled out every month. I've already scheduled out the month of January. I've got some meetings I've already had and coming up to. Those are going to be fun. We're going to help people with their stacking, prepping, and their financial coaching. So that's fun. And if you're interested, want to check out a Yankee Cannon membership, that link is in the chat and also in the description of all my videos. So thank you to those people. All right. One other thing, I almost forgot, with Bullion, I get a lot of comments, a lot of emails saying, Yankee, when is Bullion giving away that beautiful monster box of American Silver Eagles? Are they giving it away? I mean, is this a bunch of, hooey? I mean, are they just making this thing up? No. It's legit, and it's going to happen January 17th. Mark your calendars. They're going to be giving it away. Hopefully you entered back in 2022. If you didn't, you can still go to sdbullion.com/Yankee and sign up for 2023's Monster Box giveaway. That's going to be given away next January. So just wanted to let people know that is coming. You're not going to want to miss it. All right. Here's the deal. First timers, I want to shout out and thank the very first people that have joined me here on Ask Yankee about silver and gold. If it's your first time, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1. Don't lie. I can tell if you're lying. All right. Put a 1 at Cooper Kendall, my man. Awesome mod, and he's a liar. I can't believe you would do that. Oh, man. All right, so Green River Aquatics, put a 1 in there. Thank you. Guts and Glory, Donald Loke. Let's see, Penny, Cindy, Gypsy, Andy, Kapari, Jimmy, Leo, Leon. Oh, man, there's so many of them. I can't say them all, but thank you. Josh Vendrus. Let's see. Well, we got a veteran. All right. Tommy Stacker's a veteran. That's great. Thank you. Jason Harris, first-timer. Mutiny on the Bounty, 1. Jose Aguirre, 1. Joshua M. Check, 1. There's a lot of ones. Forever Metals, Tom Doolittle. Thank you so much for joining me very first time. Don't forget, again, hit that like button. So what happens here on Ask Yankee is this is my chance to help you answer questions about silver and gold, your stacking questions. All you got to do is put it in the chat, all right? Uppercase, that would be all caps. That would really help me. So if you got a question, put it in the chat, all uppercase, and I'll do my best to answer it. In another 25 minutes, we're going to welcome Mukarram on with me, and we're going to have a great conversation. We'll both be answering questions after we chat for a bit. You're not going to want to miss that. And about 10 minutes or so, I'll probably open up the call line. All right, so you'll see that number rotating in the chat as well. All right, so we've got some people already dropping some stuff in here. Tone33162 says education. I agree. Education is very important. I tell my son little stacks all the time, get your education. Let's see. Welcome, everyone. Please consider subscribing. Oh, thanks, Dragon Horde. I appreciate you saying that. Trying to get to that 100K, man. Somebody won special. How are you? Did you get your... actually, no. I put it in the mail the other day. So your winning is coming. Somebody won special. You increased subs by a couple thousand since last week. Yay. My mama is one of them. Thank you. That's awesome. I love... Tell your family members about Yankee. No, that's really great. Everybody sub so we can get the pig pinged. Oh, you want me to ping the pig? But it's a proof. I you can ping it. I don't want to ping it. I mean, should I ping it? All right. I'm going to have to do this carefully. I really am careful about pinging proofs. All right. So I'm going to be very careful. Make sure I get this on the edge here. All right. I'm sure some people are going to freak out if I don't put on gloves. This is totally not Yankee, but I'm going to do this because it's being given away, and I don't know if the person I give it away to is going to get all upset because I touched a proof gold coin without gloves. So let me slap these on. I'll put it on the pocket pinger. You can listen to its beautiful resonance. There we go. Oh. All right. There it is. Here's the pocket pinger. Everybody needs a pocket pinger. It is the best, or I should say at least the cheapest and best way to test your silver and gold. I mean, there are technically more precise ways to do it, but they cost $600, $700, $800 to do it. But this one a lot cheaper. All right, so here it comes. The stack stick. All right, wood. It's very soft. So here we go. Let me get it closer to the mic. Whoops. There we go. Pretty sound. Now, I don't have my app handy, but you open up your app, you ping this like that, and the app will tell you it's legitimate or not, right? 1 ounce of gold. 1 ounce of gold. Man, I have never given away 1 ounce of gold before on my channel. I've given away 2 quarter ounce gold coins before, but never a 1 ounce. This is the first. I don't know of anybody who's given away a 1 ounce gold coin before, but to celebrate 100,000, I had to do something big. So that's going to happen. All right. So let me scroll back up here and take a look at some other questions that might be in the chat. If you can't hear that ping, it's not worth a thing. Yeah, right. No dented ridges. The wood is soft. It's not going to dent the gold. It's not going to dent the gold. It was a very soft tap. Don't hurt my piggy, says Silas. Well, it's not yours yet, bucko. If looking at fractional gold, 1/10 or 1/4, and why? Bluff, that's a great question. I have answered that several times before, even in videos, but simply put, if you can save and be patient and delay the gratification that comes with buying gold, get the quarter ounce by all means. It will save you significant money in the long run on premiums. 10th ounce gold coins, while more easy to get, you are going to pay too much, in my opinion, on the premium for gold. And in fractional silver is even worse, okay? The only fractional silver I really like to buy is constitutional silver. Junk silver, as they call it, right? But gold, quarter ounce, that's my rule of thumb. Let's see. I need more pig. I can't wait to use my pocket pinger on it. I'll be in my bunk. That was awesome. You made my evening. All right, well, thank you so much, Emer Coins. Best storage? Did I see a question? Let me take a look. That it scrolled right off the screen on me. Yeah, fractional. Bite the pig. I've never won. Austrian 100 Corona, 1950 restrike. I bought one. Your thoughts, Yankee? Brian, I think that's a great buy. I'm not sure how much you paid for it, but I do have some of those restrikes. I think they're beautiful. Did Mrs. Yankee enjoy the SD Bullion tour as well? Didn't see or hear her in the video. Well, Jerry, Mrs. Yankee is highly shy. She doesn't want to be on camera, and she doesn't even really want to be heard all that much. She does join me on Praying with Yankee each month. That's it. She doesn't care to do much of anything else. And she did enjoy the trip, though. We had a wonderful time. The meals were great, just talking with the people, talking with Tyler and some of the other people that were there, and just walking around and seeing everything. She was there. She saw everything I did, but, she definitely stayed behind the camera. All right, best storage tubes. Good question. I just purchased some storage tubes for silver dimes. Yeah, this is a roll I just purchased of Rosie's, and I'm going to be putting them in new tubes. I do include links in the description of all my videos that go through the guardhouse box and tubes that I use to store my constitutional silver. So check that out. Those are really cool. What else? Big Yankee fan. Thank you, Stock Jockey, too. I appreciate that. I have $1,200 to spend on gold. What would be a good buy right now? We're going to, man, that's a segue I cannot avoid. Let me bring you over to SD Bullion site right now. They are the sponsor of my live stream, and I absolutely love SD Bullion's deals right now. If you go to their Docs deals, got to go to their Docs deals. They are having on sale right now for the 2023 New Year's Eve or New Year's sale. Several things that really interest me. The first thing is these 1 ounce Sunshine Silver Walking Liberty rounds. Let me start with the silver. These are in stock right now. $26.24, any quantity. $2.79 over spot. We're talking about a 12% premium for a 1 ounce round. That is good. So I'm probably going to buy a roll of these or two. If they're there after the stream, I'm buying a tube. So that's the silver. Over here is 1 ounce gold. Okay, so we've got several gold options in here. There's that 1/10 ounce. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, even unless you have to get gold and you can only afford right now a 10th ounce, I wouldn't buy this. All right, I would hold off and wait for the 1/4 ounce. But I would check out the 1 ounce. If you can swing it, that's not a bad price. Less than about $50 over spot. Fantastic deal. Good premium there. And yeah, it's expensive. All right, 20 grams. That's a nice buy. $20 over spot. And I think, and I'm not a big fan of grams, I'll be honest with you. The Argo Horaeus, 1 ounce. I like that one better. But the bars are low premium, so you could definitely check them out. They have some really neat security features on the back here, this holographic design. When I got it, I was like mesmerized by it. So definitely check that out. And I think platinum, not my gig. All right, let's talk Silver Eagles real quick. the premium is coming down. I talked to Tim. I've had a really good conversation with him just recently, just the other day, about the Silver Eagles. Somebody was in there buying some. I still think they're crazy expensive. I'm sorry, but $33. $10 over spot. I have to admit that is a lot lower than it was in 2022, but it's still not something I would buy in 2023 yet. Okay, so that's my gut on the deals right now. Check out sdbullion.com. In fact, go to sdbullion.com/Yankee. If you haven't signed up for a Monster Box sweepstakes, at least you could get in on the 2023 sweepstakes, right? So go there. I also just realized I had a really nice super chat. I saw it just for a minute, and I apologize for not calling out Glassman for that $5 super chat. Glad to be a member now. Love the videos. Thank you, Glassman. So we are up to about $10 for our super chat total. Just an FYI, if we break $100 in super chats, we'll give away some extra silver. Might be around. It might be this tube of rosies. All right, so let's see if we can get to that first 100. Every $100 we reach is another silver giveaway from Yankee. So you definitely want to keep your eye on those super chats. All right, what other questions do we have? We got another 15 minutes before Mukarram joins us. Stop complaining about the pocket pinger on the pig. Seriously, it's not damaged. It's in pristine shape. Oh, man. That is going to be one insane live stream. I will definitely have to put slow mode on in a big way. Speaking of slow mode, I think it's about time we do a giveaway. What do you think? Should we warm up the wheel, or should we open the call line? We're going to open the call line. I've decided we're going to do the call line. Hopefully you have the number, okay? Hopefully you know the number. Get ready. In about 5 seconds, that call line is going to be open. All right, so let me go in here, and call line is now open. 548 people in the chat. Let's see who's calling in right now. Hello, you're on with Yankee.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Michael Salvucci.
Hi, Michael. You're on with Yankee. How you doing?
Doing great. It's my first time watching your live show. I watched many other videos of you in the past, and they're all great.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. So, do you have a question for me?
Yeah. What's your opinion on the gold to silver ratio? Where do you think that's going?
I think that's going down. Okay. Right now, I think the gold to silver ratio is 78. 78. In fact, I'm gonna quickly bring that up for people to see here, and you can actually see how it's traversed over the last year. Over the last 3 months, you can already see the GSR going down. Right?
Yep.
So, yeah, back, this is 3 months ago. I think we were peaking out at around 90. It's down to 78. I think you're going to continue to see it decline this year. What do you think?
Wow. Yeah, I think so. I remember when I was a kid, it was like 64 for the longest time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when was that, if you don't mind me asking, when you were a kid?
Probably in the 80s.
Yeah, I remember that.
80s.
Well, silver was so much, silver was doing quite well then. I remember stacking, coin roll hunting back in the 80s, so yes. Yeah, that was a good time. Hey, so were you in the pre-show with us?
Yes.
And I heard you say one already. I heard it. I don't know if it was an accident, but you said an early bird word, and it was silver. You said silver. You said GSR gold to silver ratio. So guess what, Michael? I am going to give you a standing Liberty quarter and a Washington quarter. What do you think?
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, you are very welcome. All you got to do is remember to email me your mailing address at yankeestacking@gmail.com, and I will get these out. All right?
All right. right, we'll do.
All right,
Thank you very
Michael.
much.
Thanks for calling
Bye-bye.
in, man.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Well, that was nice. First call in. And he knew what the early bird word was. That's cool. All right. I will open up the call line again. Here we go. Call line is open. All right. Here comes the call. Hello, you're on with Yankee.
Hey, Yankee, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great. Boy, this voice sounds familiar. Who is this?
It's Garbage Man Mike.
Garbage Man Mike. Good to hear you. How are you?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing great. Very great. What can I do for you?
First thing, I was wondering, how was it checking out all the vaults there at SD Bullion?
It was an absolute blast. I couldn't have had more fun with silver and gold. Period. It was just epic. I relive it every day since then. I'm sitting there, Mrs. Yankee sitting across from me. I'm doing editing or whatever, and I just look up at her and I go, "Oh my word, wasn't that a blast?" And she's laughing at me. Yeah, it was so much fun. And yes, the vaults. The private vaults for people to vault their silver and gold, that was cool to look in and talk with Tyler about. But the gold vault, dude, that, oh my word, wait until you see the gold in that gold vault on my next video. You're going to really love it.
It must have felt like those guys back in the day when they were loading up Fort Knox.
You know what? Yeah, I bet it did. It was... Oh, man, there's some beautiful stuff in there. And Rocco was nice to let me go in. He was a little hesitant for maybe a couple seconds and then let me in there. But you said the magic word. You said the early bird word, vaults. So check it out. Ooh, that's a good one. You got a standing liberty and a nice Washington quarter coming your way.
I greatly appreciate it.
You
Thank
are
you so
very,
much.
very welcome. Well, you want to make sure you email me. Can I just say that the last time I gave away all that silver on an Ask Yankee, there were 2 people that didn't email me ever.
Well, you can send them my way.
No. When we get to the wheel of names, okay, and we start giving away silver there, guys, don't bother putting anything in the chat if you're not going to send me an email asking with your mailing address. I mean, it's like, maybe they won and they're like, nah, I don't want silver. I changed my mind. But Garbage Man Mike, these are yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, and have a great night.
You too. God bless.
All right. Well, that was fun. Put that over there. We'll open it up one last time. We've got another 7 minutes to go before Mukarram joins us. The call line is now open. Hello, you're on with Yankee.
Hi, Yankee.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I am wonderful. I was just listening to all of your silver reports and can't wait to see the thing on the vault. I'd love to see that.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. You did see my last video, right? On my trip to SD Bullion?
No, I missed that one. I think my wife saw it. I think you talked to her last week.
Oh, maybe I did. Who is this?
Her name is Denise.
Denise. Denise. Yes.
Yeah.
And this
I
is...
sent you an email today. I reminded her today. I said, did you ever get a hold of him?
She's one of the 2 people who didn't email me. I still have it stacked up over on the desk where Mrs. Yankee does all the mailings. And she came in and she's like, Denise never emailed you. I'm like, yeah, I know. So just hold on to it.
No, it's okay. Yeah, we've followed you now for about a year and a half, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And we enjoy listening to you, and we really like to get up and see Tim.
Yeah.
She did send you an email today. You
Okay.
can give him a virtual hug if you'd like. She told me to tell you that.
Okay, I will. I remember she was asking me to hug him. I was like,
Yeah,
maybe you should
yeah.
drive up and do that, but okay.
We have been thinking about it, and
Yeah.
we've been stacking for almost 2 years.
Oh, that's
and
wonderful.
She has a number in her head for the gold-silver ratio, and she's like, once it hits there, we're going to go see Tim.
I see. Okay, that's your strategy. All right. That's fair enough.
Yeah. We're waiting to see if it gets down to, her number.
Yep.
And then we'll go from there.
So we have Denise. What's your first name?
Hugh.
Hugh? Great.
Hugh.
All right. Well, I'm glad you got Denise to email me. I will definitely get her the winnings from last Ask Yankee out to her. As long as
you can just throw mine in with hers. That would work. And we don't have to spend.
I would love to throw yours in. However, were you there at the early bird words? Early bird?
Yeah, I said silver, and I love the vault the video of the vault you were going to come up with.
Yeah, those are already used.
Oh.
I'm not trying to be a hard guy, but silver and vaults were used.
No, that's okay.
Oh.
I don't think we caught most of the intro because we were eating dinner.
Oh, that's fine. Well, we got about 516 people in here. Will probably let me have it if I don't follow my own rules. So, thank you. Do you have a question for me though?
No, what do you expect? Maybe, possibly, what do you see that silver to gold ratio dropping to?
I think it's going to get below 60. Now, will that happen in 2023? I don't know. I think this is the decade, though, where it all gets washed. All the manipulation, all the improper valuations of silver and gold, the true inflation hedge that they are, all becomes realized this decade. That is my strongly held belief. This is it.
I believe it too.
This is the decade.
I believe it's going to come sooner. I believe it's going to come sooner than that.
I know, but it's 2023 now. All right, I like to leave a little wiggle room. I'm preparing for it. I've already prepared as if it's going to happen this year or what I was prepared last year. But hey, I don't see us getting out of this decade and surviving without a dollar reset, without a complete collapse. That's my opinion.
Roger that.
All right, man.
I can understand that. Hey, have a good night. Thanks.
Well, thank you for calling. I appreciate it. All right, so we've got 3 minutes left. I have to open the call line up. Hopefully somebody knows the last early bird word. Call line is open. A few more seconds. All right, this is it. Let's see if they can do it. Hello, you're on with Yankee.
Hello.
Hello, you're on with Yankee. You might want to turn down the background.
Yes, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Who's this?
Oh, this is Ronald Rockmore.
Ronald, how are you?
Doing fine.
Good. What can I do for you?
My last name is Rockmore. I've been called Rocky Moore.
Rocky Moore.
I've never been called Rocco.
Rocco, there it is. Hey, did you get the chance to watch my video that dropped yesterday?
I sure did, and I want to thank you for an outstanding job that you did.
Oh, good.
I was absolutely mind blown. I ordered over 100 troy ounces of silver from SD Bullion last year.
Yes. Wow.
And I'm on track to purchase another 100 troy ounces this year.
Fantastic. Oh, you know what? I think that's wonderful, and I'm really glad that you found SD Bullion to be a great bullion dealer for your needs.
Well, I am a Christian. I'm born again.
Amen, brother.
My Lord and Savior is Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And I support other members of the kingdom of God who is doing his will.
You know what? That makes me feel really good to hear. Thank you so much. It's another one of many reasons why I love SD Bullion. So,
yes.
Hey, these are your quarters right here, buddy. Standing Liberty and a Washington. I'll get these out to you. If you email me your mailing address, can you do that?
You'll have it within the next 5 minutes.
Awesome. Take care, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that's fun. We got through the early bird words, all three of them. We got more giveaways coming, more questions answered. We got a lot more fun. We got 1 minute to go before we bring Mukarram on. You're going to enjoy this conversation. Trust me. We had a little chat earlier, and we are excited to talk to you about what has happened with silver and gold and what we expect could happen in 2023. This guy knows his stuff. So let me make sure. Let's see. Is there anything in here? Yes, free Mrs. Yankee from the mailroom. Okay, Joan. She helps me out. This is her way to help out the channel behind the scenes. She's wonderful. I definitely married up when I married Mrs. Yankee. Tone, I don't buy coins. I buy bars and rounds because I don't gamble on premiums. I hear that, Tone. Totally understand why. Although I have to admit, I do like coins for a variety of reasons over bars and rounds. However, it is harder to purchase the coins now with those added premiums. I understand your desire to save on those premiums. I think rounds and bars are definitely worth stacking. Okay, they're not my tier 1 targets when it comes to silver, but they are good targets nevertheless. So I think Mukarram's going to be joining us in just 1 second here. Let me give him a proper introduction, okay? So let me start right now. Mukarram, how are you?
Hi, Yankee. How are you?
I'm doing great. Welcome back.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
If this is the first time you've heard from Mukarram, he is the head of trading at Bullionite and the chief investment officer at Blackstone Commodity Group. By the way, that's not affiliated with Blackstone Inc. or BlackRock or anything like that. Mukarram is based in California. He is a talented commodity and real estate investor, an expert trader. But here's the deal, guys. Most importantly, Mukarram understands the tremendous value in owning physical silver and gold, right? Which is rare to find someone that versed and loves the gold and silver. This is, he's very well versed in silver and gold as a commodity. We're going to be discussing that at length tonight. And Mukarram, you've helped a lot of my subscribers diversify their portfolio with silver and gold, haven't you?
Definitely. Physical metals, physical gold and silver.
Yep.
Most of them, I think almost all of them in physical precious metals IRAs, like self-directed IRAs, where they have gold coins or silver coins. We prefer coins over the bars, especially for the IRAs. I know you were discussing a little bit about, stacking maybe some of the bars and things like that. But when it comes to IRAs, you should definitely go with coins because the in and out of it. And what I mean by that is, especially when you get into a bull market and the market starts to go up significantly, right, you can get out at a very good premium when you're selling out of it as well. So, obviously we make the difference between, Eagles are going for a crazy premium now, right? So there are other choices that you can put in your IRA, like Britannias, we've done that, and Kangaroos. But like I've said, the premium up front, as long as it's a healthy market, is not a big deal, especially if you're in a bull market, because when you're getting out of it, it's going to retain a certain percentage of that spread. Okay.
Okay. Well, hey, we're going to talk about silver and gold. We're also going to touch on, maybe a different tangible asset as well. So we're privileged, as always, to have you join us tonight on Ask Yankee. At the end of our time together, those of you that are in the chat right now, you're going to have a chance to ask Mukarram questions directly, especially as we talk. I'm sure there are going to be questions that you want answered. Just keep them in your mind, and when it comes time, when we're done chatting, we will answer them as best we can. So, Mukarram, let's do our metals and markets segment, okay? Last time you were on with me was at the very end of September. I think it was like September 29th. So it's been about 3 months. What have gold and silver markets been doing, and why?
I think what's great, Yankee, is I think we should call your show like the breaking news of precious metals, I guess, because if you go back and look at some of the interviews we did just 3 months ago, you'll see that in the Yankee show, we broke news of many things that later were confirmed by major banks and institutions. I remember you asking me, are we in a recession? And I said, yes.
I remember that. I remember asking you that. Are we in a recession? Yeah.
Exactly. And everyone was like, well, it's too early to say that. But then, a couple months later, you have big banks like JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs and everyone coming up and saying that we are close to a recession or we're in a recession, right? And then the other thing we revealed or we talked about in months before this happened is we believe that there is a massive 20-year double top on the US dollar. Especially with the hikes of the interest rate hikes that have happened all of 2022 and the pace at which they were going, right?
Yeah, I think I remember the question. I think I asked you if we had reached peak dollar. I think at that point, I think the DXY was 114, or it had been 114, right around that 114, 115. And I asked you, was that the top? I remember that.
And then I felt like, from our analysis and the math that we were looking at, it's a 20-year top. The last time we were close to that, like 120, 118, 120 was in 2002.
Yep.
And then we came to 115, which is kind of showing that, those two double tops. And we believed that going into the next few weeks, this was, 3 months before, that we will begin to see the pressure on the dollar, even though interest rates are going higher. And the Fed keeps coming out and saying they want to raise interest rates. We believe that there could be a terminal rate. Remember, we even introduced that term in the show. There could be a terminal rate.
I think I remember this. I think I remember asking you. I put you on the spot. I said, would there be a pause to the Fed hiking rates before January 1st of 2023? I think I said, would they back off from raising their federal funds rates, 75 basis points?
Yeah, and then we came up and we said, and I said, I think they will reduce the amount like from 75 to 50 basis points, which is exactly what they ended up doing.
Yep.
And then even this year, February, there's a meeting coming up. I think they will continue to be hawkish, right? And they'll talk about raising interest rates, but this terminal rate is really right in front of them right now, because I don't think they can keep going too much further. And even if they raise it another 50 basis points, a lot of this is getting priced into the market. This is why we saw gold go up more than $200 or so since our interview, right? Silver went up more than 30 or 40%, I think, because it was at 18.5 spot price when we were talking. Then it went to 24 and change, which is a big deal. Now, I do believe that there's going to be a small pullback in metals. Like gold and silver will pull back a little bit, simply because we've seen the dollar come down on a daily chart or on a weekly basis, and this has become oversold. I'll show you that on a chart.
Good.
And then we think there'll be a bounce. And there could be a bounce in the dollar, which will cause the gold and silver to come down, pull back. But within this great bullish technical structure that it's developed, which is why it's a great time to keep putting in metals into IRAs or getting out of the stock market, because after that, either the drop in the dollar, the bounce in the dollar or the drop in metals, you'll see a massive run up in commodities in 2023 going into 2024.
Whoa.
Because this dollar is reacting off a 20-year double top.
Hold on a second. I want to maybe back up just a bit. So we've been talking about the dollar, okay? And that can be confusing for some people, because we talk about how the dollar has been, having an all-time high or having a double top or whatever. Is it true, especially with silver, Mukarram, that the U.S. dollar is extremely inversely correlated with the spot price of silver? In other words, as the DXY rises, which is an index for the dollar compared to other currencies in the world, as that goes up, doesn't silver tend to drop? We literally saw this today. The dollar went up, again, against other currencies by, I think it was 0.87% today. Mm-hmm. And silver was off 2% today. We see this a lot. Is that the case?
I think the best way to look at it is, first, I think you want to look at it from a bird's eye point of view. Then you want to kind of micro it. Because what you know is that the relationship between the dollar and anything that's priced in dollars. So this is very important to understand. If you are a commodity or an asset that's priced in dollars, if the value of the dollar goes up, then the price of that asset will come down. It's just simple, because it just takes less dollars to buy the same quantity of that commodity or asset, right?
Yep.
In the same breath, if the value of the US dollar comes down, this is the bird's eye point of view, by the way. If the value of the US dollar comes down, you would expect the price of that commodity or that asset to go up significantly higher, because now it's taking more dollars to buy the same quantity of that commodity, okay? But if you've been trading long enough and you've been doing this for a significant period of time, you'll notice that there are portions within that chart or periods within that relationship where you will see sometimes gold go up as the dollar goes up.
Okay.
Or silver go up as the dollar goes up. But silver actually goes up because it's following gold as it's doing that. You know, and there are periods where there's a safe haven requirement or kind of a geopolitical tension or something like that happening, right? But the key thing to remember, though, is that when you see the dollar suddenly significantly change and then want to come down, because that's the direction the big money will take, then you will see a massive bullish wave in commodities, you know?
Yep, I hear you. And you mentioned charts, so we're going to get to charts, right? You're going to share with us what has transpired and teach us a little bit, maybe technically, where you see gold and silver headed at this point.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think, you know, this is a great time to go over some charts. And I think all of your followers are going to really benefit from today's session, because we're seeing a major significant change in the markets, right?
All right.
And especially understanding like the first kind of like infant stages of a bull market beginning. Okay. So let's do that.
Yeah.
Share the screen, get to that.
Let's get technical. All right. So for the people in the chat watching, this is going to be a little technical analysis, but Mukarram does a fantastic job of simplifying what is going on and making it easy to understand. So, by the way, Mukarram, I shouldn't probably say this, but I am kind of proud that we did call so many things right back there. Three
oh yeah,
ago.
the Yankee show. Like I think Goldman Sachs is going to come calling you, Yankee. That's what's going to happen.
Man.
Let me do this a little bit. Get this share properly done on this, and then we'll get back. Hold on.
Sure, take your time.
So the first thing that I'd like to do is I'd like to show the gold chart, obviously.
Okay. Yep.
And then from there we'll go on to. Yep. There we go. And we'll do this share right here. Yeah. Okay, let me know if you can see this chart right now.
I can.
Okay, perfect. So what you'll notice here, and I'm going to change this into a daily chart so everyone can see. I mean, obviously, a lot of the precious metals buyers have seen this big move that has happened, you know, in the low 1600s, almost at 1620 or so, all the way to 1880 or so. That's
that was started. When was that? Beginning of November?
That was a little bit, like the first week of November or so. And then what's interesting about that, and this is kind of what we called out on the show, that we felt like there was kind of a triple bottom right here.
Yeah,
you see that?
I remember that. Yeah.
And then that triple bottom was very significant because when you go look at a math model, it's in that mid 1600 levels, especially when there was a gap fill that happened right here. And we'll talk about gap fills. We won't get too technical. Okay?
Yeah, be careful now. Be careful here.
But what's very interesting is this run up. And this is what's the key thing to remember in terms of the theme for 2023. This run up took gold almost $250 higher, okay, in just about maybe a month and a half, okay. Mm-hmm. And this is directly related. Remember, you asked me the question: is the dollar inversely correlated to the This is directly related to the dollar from dropping from 114 all the way to 104. Okay.
Yep.
This $200 drop. So that's a direct relationship, even though you were staring pretty much directly at the Fed again going to raise interest rates in December. And this is a key thing to remember, Yankee, and for all the members. Even though we've had more than 5 hikes, and majority of them have been 75 basis points, plus, and let me just go over that with you. What I mean by that is, even though we've had this many hikes and we've had the dollar go from probably the high 80s to 114 or so high, like a 20-year high, gold has been between 1600 and 1800. It's a big deal Because the last time when the dollar went up this much, gold was around $1,000. Silver was around $8.50 to $12. What's that telling you? That means gold has what we call intrinsic strength right now. And silver has intrinsic strength. That means it's running independently of the dollar. Because even in the face of raising interest rates, it managed to stay up around 1800, up around 1600. I mean, think about it, right? We raised 75, 75, 75. And then the last December was when we just raised 50 basis points. Yep. We were still at $1,800 gold.
That is remarkable.
Yeah. And this is why
it basically performed its purpose. It's why I stack gold and silver as preservation against central bank shenanigans and the dollar's demise. As those rates were increasing, it was strong. It held up.
Yeah. And it not only did it just hold up, but I like the fact that in the face of everything that's very bearish gold, think about this. The quantitative kind of, the reduction of the balance sheet, right? Mm-hmm. And then raising interest rates, talking about inflation being this, above 7%, and therefore the mandate being we want to bring it down significantly. And then Jerome Powell comes out and says, well, no matter what we do, we'll keep raising interest rates. We'll keep raising interest rates. But gold continues to go higher. You're going to have those little mini corrections like you're seeing, I think it started yesterday and then today you had a drop in silver, which I believe is due because the dollar needs to go up. And then let's go back to that chart and show you that
we do want to get back to what you were thinking about the pause or the pullback a bit in silver and gold before the next run up. I'm curious as how that will relate to the recession that you and I were both talking about back in the late September. We thought we were already in it. We are going to see it in spades in 2023. So how is silver and gold going to react in that environment, that climate, economically, right?
I think Zoom just reset one of my boxes in here.
That's okay. Take your time.
That's okay. I'll just get that done.
There it is.
Okay, so you should be able to see the chart, correct?
Looks great.
Okay. So I'm now going to shift this and just, just for the viewer's sake, again, since like the early November, like first week of November, you've seen this big run up in gold, right? Mm-hmm. And this is why we want to go back to the dollar and kind of see right here. Well, look at it. Just before November, the dollar started topping out right there. And then the first week of November is when you had that big drop. And then the dollar dropped from 112 or 113 all the way down to about 103. That's when gold went up $200.
Right.
This is the reason why we believe, like if I change this, and this is just the beginning. Remember when we had the interview, it was in September.
Right.
And we believe that this top right up here, let me just quickly, mark that down so everyone can have a look at it. We believe that this area right here, which is around the 114, was getting close to the high that was created in 2002, right? Mm-hmm. Which I'll show it to you on a monthly chart. We're now looking at a daily chart. That's why this is showing up there. And then in our interview, we talked about if this is a double top and then we get a correction, which is kind of what we did, right? And realistically, it should have stopped somewhere here if it was supposed to go higher, right? That support kind of gave in like a hot knife through butter, right?
Gave out, yeah.
And then you have this big area now that it's settling in. What I believe is we're going to have a bounce. Then there's going to be a resistance in this area right here.
Where is that?
It may not even get that high, right?
Okay.
And that's when then at this time, it would have created what we call a lower high or a descending top. So there's the first top at 114, and then maybe 108, 110 could be the second top, which could be the descending top. And that will confirm once that breaks down, that will confirm a massive double top in the dollar, which I'm now going to clear this chart and show you guys. This is why I think this session today is very, very important to everyone who's watching, especially if you have money in the stock market, if you have money in CDs, if you have money just sitting around that just losing money or not making money. It's very important for you to understand this. Let's say, if I get, there you go. This is a monthly chart of the dollar. And this is such a telling and such a beautiful chart. If you look at this top, which was in 2002. You can see that right there.
Yep.
Right? That was around 120. Then after this big run up, like this huge run up here that we've had because of all what's been going on, the interest rate hike, we broke through these channels, right? This could end up being that second top, and this is the first top. And this is a 20-year time span right here. You see that?
Yeah, it's a long time.
That's massive,
Yeah.
massive. This is why our math models are showing that when this comes into fruition, we think that the target for gold.
Oh boy. Wait a minute.
Okay?
You don't do predictions.
Okay, I don't make predictions.
You don't
We
do
never make
predictions.
predictions. We're not prophets.
Right.
We're profit takers in the markets, right?
Oh, cute.
So that's how I look at it. Everyone asks for predictions. I never give predictions. But the math model is showing that if this double top begins, it comes into fruition, then you will see, or you could see, there's a high probability, $2,900 to $3,000 gold, and $45 to $55 spot silver.
This is spot.
That's what you're going to
Yeah.
spot.
And
Forget
a lot of people.
premiums, forget what you have in your IRAs. You could have really done amazing on your IRA metals if you bought Silver Eagles in the 30s or 35s or whatever, right?
That's spot. Now let's just, for people watching this,
That's spot.
you know, that has nothing to do with premiums. I'd be curious to know what would happen in that scenario. I think premiums actually would drop if it broke through what you were talking about there. But
once it gets up there, this
Yeah.
is why, like with all of our clients, right? Our philosophy is we never chase. Okay, we never chase.
smart.
And the reason for this, and that's why I always say sometimes when clients work with us, I say, hey, listen, today you'll say that you want to get out of the market. But I've had clients after they go up significantly and they think silver is going to go to $100 an ounce and they don't want to get out, right?
Yep.
I think the key thing to realize is you build your big positions right now. Like all of last year, even though how depressing it was and how difficult it was, we've been talking to clients and saying, hey, don't worry, we'll just build the positions, get out of the stock market, get out of the stock market. It's worked because think about it this way. It's a 2 or 3 step approach, because the first step is, I always tell clients, let's protect the money from losing value in the stock market. Even though some people said, hey, I think large caps will not come down. I don't think blue chips will come down. Guess what? Look at Amazon, look at Google, look at Microsoft. Look how much they've come down, 30, 40%, right?
You were warning about that like
a year ago,
like three times that you've been on, like 4 times ago.
And everyone like, no, even analysts out there like, no, I think, we'll see a new high and all this. No, that's what the markets were showing. Now, the problem was, well, gold didn't go up that much. Silver didn't go up that much. They're like, why? But that's how it works. Right. First, you get out of the stocks, move the funds into a self-directed IRA or or convert it into gold and silver, right? After that, the next phase is you'll see the market drop, like the stock market. Still, gold and silver won't go up that much. But then you saw the market drop. See how the Dow and the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, no matter what's going on, it keeps dropping, right?
Right.
The third stage is what's going on right now, where gold is building that base, has broken out, is over the 200-day moving average, both gold and silver. Then you'll have the pullback. So you'll have a perfect storm going in with this double top in the dollar. This is why looking at an Elliott wave sequence, we're not coming out of this like, just walking on a Sunday afternoon and saying, oh, gold's going to go to 3,000. We look at the Elliott wave sequence and it looks like wave 5 is going to be done for the dollar, and then we're going to see these numbers. Wow. Sorry, I just went off there. Okay.
Yeah, you did. You started throwing Elliott waves things at me. I'm like, okay. So, guys, Mukarram knows the stuff. He is a trader. He looks at this as a way to make money. I tend to look at gold and silver, physical gold and silver, as more of a way to preserve it. But I do know that you can make money by trading. He is a trader. He knows his stuff when it comes to gold and silver. You did mention a couple things. You mentioned, I mentioned recession, and I want to get your take. In recession, doesn't silver, especially silver, tend to suffer until the recession is ending and the response by the Fed is more favorable, more dovish?
Silver does not suffer during a recession. And I'm going to go back to, and here's why I'm saying this, right. Because, and it is
an industrial metal. It can be affected by that, right?
There you go. You can, yeah. I actually think that palladium and platinum suffer more than silver because of the fact that they're way more industrial, when it comes to the way they trade. But here's an interesting thing to understand. Let's go back to 2007. Okay, I was trading crude oil, 2006, 2007. Crude was in the $50 region. And then we went into a massive recession because of the subprime mortgage crisis, right?
Right.
And guess what crude did? Crude went from $50 to $148 a barrel. I mean, we're not talking about a war. We're not talking about some major oil producing country and sanctions against it. Nothing. It was during the biggest drop heading into the biggest drop, right? 2007 or so.
Right.
And that's because of dollar weakness. And this is the other thing we're thinking of silver. Yes, if you look at just silver as an industrial metal that will get affected by the market, I can understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm. But if you look at the fact that if we get a recession, and then the recession happens during a record high dollar, which then the Federal Reserve will be forced to slow down their rate hikes, then you'll see a massive run in gold.
Exactly.
Silver always follows gold.
Yeah,
Silver's not the leader, right? So
not usually. Sometimes we do see silver occasionally lead gold, but you're saying exactly what I was trying to get to. Probably didn't say it well enough. That response, that dovish turn, that pivot, pause then pivot, is extremely bullish for silver and gold. That is what we're waiting on. That's what a lot of people are expecting. I think you're right. I didn't call for it as quite as high as you did in 2023. I thought silver would really not go much higher than $25 until that pause and pivot. I think it'll bust through $50 once that occurs.
Yeah. And I'm not saying 2023 is the year that we think it's going to hit 45 or 55.
Yep.
What I am saying, though, is, this area between 20 and 30 has always been a frustrating area, right? But what we're noticing is, if silver can be at 23 or 24 when the dollar is at 104, that's a big deal. Because if the dollar gets to 80, you're talking $50 silver.
There it is. Okay.
That's the key to keep in mind.
So the other thing you mentioned, the other word was IRA. You've talked about it. I think this is a good time for us to kind of, I think we should talk about IRAs, but I just thought of something. Before we get to IRAs, let's talk about, with the dollar being so strong, do you have, other than precious metals, how are you leveraging this time of strength in the dollar to help your clients make money?
Yeah, this is something we've been talking, speaking to all of our clients during the entire 2022 fiscal year, simply because what we believed was, if we started seeing dollar strength in the US, we believed that time period may not last too long, right? It'll kind of be like a year, maybe year and a half, which is kind of what we're getting into. Mm-hmm. And what we did was we looked at assets that you can buy with the dollar being strong. And this is one of the reasons why I even went on a pretty much a trip around the world, if you think about it, right?
I was seeing you on Instagram. You were posting all over the place. What's up with that?
Yeah, and here's the thing. This is one of our philosophies. We never ask our clients to do anything unless we do it ourselves as well. Okay, we have our own money in things that we believe, and once we know that, then a client can get a recommendation from us. So if a client wants to be part of it, they can do it. This is something I've made sure that we have this philosophy going back into the early 2000s, especially after the big crash that happened, that we want to be involved with our own funds in something so that we understand the risks and the pain of loss. So we're not just like other brokerage firms just saying, hey, whatever happens, we don't care. Right?
Yeah, you eat your own dog food.
Exactly. So this is why when I was in Australia, the reason I went to Australia just about a month ago, because it's a commodity-centric country. And I wanted to find out, pretty much with feet on the ground, I wanted to find out, how is a commodity-centric country affected by a very, very strong, 20-year strong dollar? And what I found out, I went to Melbourne and Sydney and drove out to the farms and drove out to, industrial owners. What I found out was they're actually willing to sell their companies because they're that affected, by the dollar. Amazing.
Our dollar strength is their weakness, and that's hurting them.
it's hurting them. Even though Australia is a very strong commodity country, right? They produce gold, they produce a lot of other commodities. But what I found out when I just, have coffee with them or sit or just drive out and meet these owners, they feel like, hey, if you want to take over the company, we're willing to sit, because they're not doing well when the dollar is strong. So the time for acquisitions, or for the time to buy real estate, if it's outside the US, like we looked at property in Thailand, which we have acquired. We have, we looked at property in Australia. Time to acquire commodity-related assets, like a tea producing company from Sri Lanka.
Oh, I saw that.
Things like this is simply because it's what's called a carry trade. A carry trade is where you utilize kind of an arbitrage of the dollar versus the local currency. So you get to purchase an asset with less of your dollars because of the fact that the dollar's gone up. And we were doing it fast simply because we believe that the dollar will come back down from this 20-year double top. Right. And at that time, those assets will go up. Even without any performance, they'll just go up on value just because of the dollar.
You will have missed your opportunity to buy it, right? I get it. You're
Which
playing
is kind of how it looks like for the next quarter or so, you're going to have this opportunity.
Wow, next quarter. All right. So other than the fact that I was a little jelly seeing you all over the world, and I was like, wow, must be nice, Mukarram. I knew what you were doing. You were really looking for opportunities for your clients. The thing that interested me, not so much the tea, because I don't like to invest in things that I don't know, right? So I don't feel comfortable in some of them, but the real estate. Now, I do real estate investing. That's where I actually have grown my wealth portfolio much more than gold and silver. This is the way to protect it for me. But real estate has been a phenomenal asset class for me. And of course, it depends on the location. It depends on the type of property. I look at it more like shelter, one of the basic core needs that all humans have. And I also look at it as a real tangible asset. I like to hold my assets, right? I like to know that they exist. I told you a while back that I could literally drive down the street and touch physical property that back loans that I make in real estate. So when you started talking about some of your real estate deals, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, I really don't. I want to get back to the gold and silver, but I just wanted to touch on this. What is your opportunity for your clients, really short now, when it comes to real estate? What do you do for them?
Well, real estate for us, because we've seen both sides of the market, right? A market that's been a bullish market versus a bearish market, or the fundamentals, like in interest rates going up. So what you'll hear is a lot of people saying, when interest rates are going up, why get into real estate? It doesn't make any sense, when property prices have gone up so much, why? So for me, when I do real estate, or when we as a company do real estate for our clients and ourselves, it's a math model. If that property does not fit in within our math model, then we won't buy it. Whether it's in a bull market or a bear market, it doesn't matter, okay? Or whether it's a record high property prices or record low property prices, if it doesn't fit inside the math model, it won't. What's the math model? The math model has to do with the location, definitely. So we like East Coast, like for example, Florida, Northeast. We like certain southern states, not California because it's too pricey, too many offers, all those things. The other thing that I've noticed over the years of doing real estate, and we have because of our partnership, we have some strategic partnerships where we also get involved in the construction side of it as well. That way we reduce the cost that goes into the property, and then we actually give that to the client. So they take part in that profit, right? We don't just price it up because we've reduced the cost. The key thing I'm trying to say here is what I notice is whenever there's a cycle where interest rates are going higher, what you'll notice is, number one, the construction labor cost gets lower for us, right? Secondly, we'll notice that there's more labor out there because more general contractors are not getting enough of, they're not doing as much work. So you'll get more labor that you can now hire for a lower cost whenever interest rates are going high. So that's why we love this atmosphere if you know what you're doing. The other thing is, because we are not going to a kind of a bank and trying to get a loan for a property, we have private lenders that we worked with for years and a private network there. So they know how quickly we get to pay off the property because our flips last for about 5 or 6 months, right? Because of that, we can get a property like closed within a couple of weeks or maybe inside of a month. And I'll give you a perfect example. I'll give you two examples because I want to keep this short.
Before you give the examples, I just want people to know that I've done over 30 of exactly what you're talking about. 5, 6, 7 months, flips, in and out. The risks are much, much lower than holding on to a property for a long time. It all functions around loan to value, or LTV. And if you make sure you get the right deal, I love how you have the right model, and you've got to be patient, and you can't just jump because you're afraid somebody is going to get it and it's FOMO, right? You need to make sure you're doing it right. But if that LTV is low enough, you really can do a phenomenal job. So anyways, tell us
That's why we don't chase any property that comes up, right?
Chase.
I'll give you these quick examples because one, there was a property that we were bidding for. We didn't get it, okay, about a couple months ago. But then when the third interest rate hike happened, that particular, whoever was involved, did not get the loan.
Yep.
So we were able to get that property instead of 575 for 510 because we were able to close it quickly. Then about a 80 or 75 or 80 grand in construction, then you can flip it for about 7.5 or 800, right?
That's it.
Recently, I just came back from Florida. Just a couple of weeks ago, we've done some great videos of the properties we're doing. We got a property for 420, $100,000 in construction, and closed at 737,050. So yeah, 737. So that's kind of what we're going for. Properties like that.
All right. Yeah. So we're going to bring it back to the gold and silver. All right. So if you're interested in some of the property investment ideas, I know I am with Mukarram, just contact them. The information is going to be in the description of this video. Both you and your assistant, Nicole, great to work with. Nicole, she's wonderful. But anyways,
there's also Crystal.
Crystal, did she just join?
Crystal's part of the team. She's been there with us for a few months.
I haven't. I just talked with her the other day. She's great too. So, anyways, talk to Mukarram if you're interested. Let's have our segment on Help My IRA, because people need help with your IRA, especially around silver and gold. So tell us, what's the best move that people should make with their IRA in 2023?
If you are exposed to the stock market, and if you think, and just like how we said about in the last interview, we said don't buy any bounce that happens in the market because we believe it'll be a dead cat bounce, and that's exactly what happened, right?
It was.
If you get bounces in this market, just get out of the stock market. Okay, now there is going to come a time, I don't know when it is, but it's going to come a time where it'll be attractive again, okay, because the fundamentals will be attractive. But the best thing is get out of the stock market, and then we set up a self-directed IRA for you, and then you can transfer funds from your existing IRA into a self-directed IRA with no taxes and no penalties, because it's going from an IRA to an IRA. Once the funds are in there, you buy gold and silver, like gold coins and silver coins. And this is important to understand. After some time, when the spot price of silver goes over a certain threshold level, or when the spot price of gold goes over a certain threshold level, we're not going to buy anymore. It doesn't make any sense. We're not. Because right now is the best time to build those positions. Because let's say if silver goes over 30 spot, this, it's going to go to 35 very quickly, and Eagles are going to be at $45.
Yep.
We're not going to buy $45 silver at that time. Okay, so what I'm saying is the urgency right now, especially when I showed you that double top in the dollar, showed the fact that we can see a bounce in the dollar and a little pullback in silver. This is the best place to get your money in, because commodities, including platinum, looks very, very strong.
Platinum, huh?
Because of the fact that
I don't
going to see a weaker dollar.
I don't stack physical platinum or palladium, but from a trade standpoint, and especially in an IRA, I can see the benefit of it. The potential is there. So you help clients get the money into an IRA. I think you use the Delaware Depository. Am I correct on this?
Delaware Depository, yep.
Okay.
They're the depository where you have to keep the metals within the realm of an IRA. Yes. It does not mean you can't take the metals out. You can take it out at any time you want. Because of the amount of demand and the supply issue that's out there right now, it's taking a little longer for all of the metals to be allocated and showing up in the client's accounts, but everything is getting done, right? The Delaware Depository usually has an annual audit in the first week of January, and then after that you can move metals in and out, but that's where we store the metals. So we don't do anything paper. Everything is pure, solid, physical gold and physical silver.
And it's is it allocated to the client?
Yes, of course.
You got to be careful, but there's sometimes a hypothecation here. Sometimes it's like, oh yeah, you have rights to gold and you rights to silver, but it's not really your silver coin with your name on it, maybe a barcode, and in the right spot. Because we've discussed this a lot, Mukarram. I'm a stacker. I want to have it in my possession. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. That's my mantra. But when it comes to your IRA, you can't hold it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you hit 59.5 and you can take it and without any penalty and there's no tax consequences, you can take possession of it. But before then, the stuff that's in my IRA, I can't physically hold anyways. And I don't want to put it in the stock market, or most of the stocks that I can think of, I think are highly overinflated. So I can understand the use case or the necessity in some cases, if you want to get into precious metals, to do it in a self-directed IRA. I get it. So,
yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
This age-old question of being able to hold the metals that's in your IRA. I think there's a couple misconceptions.
As a custodian, I'm talking. As a custodian,
because it's just like, even if you have cash in your IRA, right? If it's in a custodian, the cash is not in your bank. You have to keep the cash with a custodian. Like, even if it's your local bank, in the IRA, the cash is in the custodian's account.
I do argue that with most savings,
has the money.
I do argue with most savings at the rates that we're seeing, even now as it's gone up a little bit, that people should be the bank. They should have a lot of your cash outside of the banking system.
Put it into an alternative asset.
Or alternative asset, like gold and silver. Right, exactly.
You don't want to have cash in your house, but you can have some just for emergencies, but then have it in an alternative asset. But with the question of whether you have physical possession of the gold or not, when it comes to an IRA, it's very, very simple. It's only until you move the metals into the IRA at the Delaware Depository and then have it allocated. It is in their name. It is their metals.
Exactly.
It's not in the name of the DDSC. It's not in the name of Blackstone Commodity Group. It's in your name under your IRA. And you can even choose to have segregated storage for gold. Okay. Now, here's the interesting thing. The day after the metals are completely allocated in your account, whether you're 59.5 or you're younger than 59.5 or older or whatever, right? Or you can request the metals to be taken out physically and shipped to your house or wherever you want. You just have to understand that when you do that, it'll just be a distribution, just like any other time. So there'll be a distribution tax on the amount that you're taking out, not on the number of coins or the value of the coins. And that's another advantage that you get with physical metals IRAs, because your distribution tax is based on the amount that you take, but the retail value of that coin could be much higher than the statement value of the coin.
To me, putting my metals in a depository like the Delaware Depository, and that's one of the top in the country. It really is. It's high quality, Lloyd's of London protected and all. I see it as a temporary thing. For certain people into certain circumstances that it makes sense. They've got maybe a high net worth, or they've got stuff in their IRAs. They don't know where to put it. They don't want to take distribution yet because of tax consequences. And by the way, that's even if you don't sell the bullion for cash. There is a tax consequence under certain scenarios.
Only when you see it.
Only on that distribution. I get it. But I can see, at least temporarily, a use case for this. A place to put it in metals temporarily, even outside of your hands, until you take that distribution. Because where are you going to put it?
$300,000, $500,000 in the stock market, instead of losing 50% of the value to $250,000, you can move it, protect the money.
Yep.
Secondly, stop it from bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you can make the decisions on whether you want distribution of the metals or a portion of the metals. Here's what's also interesting. Yep. As you get older, when you turn 71 and 70 and a half, because we have to take RMDs, which are called required minimum distributions, when you have metals in a physical gold IRA or gold and silver IRA, you can request the RMDs in the form of coins rather than dollars.
That's cool.
That's a big deal.
By the way, did you just call me old?
No, I never called you old Yankee. Never called
It's okay. Sometimes I feel it. So, hey,
I
if
said,
it's
as you, like, as someone that generally gets older.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time. Hey, if you have questions, I know people are probably in the chat going, I don't quite understand this, or what's the catch, or I'm confused. If you're confused, or if you want to know more about this, you can talk to Mukarram. He is a great guy to chat with. He's available to you to explain a lot of this stuff. The information is in the description of this live stream. So check it out. Reach out to him just for a chat. You chatted with a lot of my subscribers. I hear from them. They email me, hey, I just talked to Mukarram. Hey, it was great. He took so much time with me. It was wonderful. And I know a lot of them.
And I see some of our clients on this. I just noticed some. Someone just said hello to me. I don't want to reveal them.
Yeah,
right?
That's fine.
So
well,
yep. I see them, and I see a lot of the clients as well. So we've helped a lot of them, and I feel very strong about the fact. You know what I love about doing this with the group? One, I love the group because they're very sophisticated in their knowledge of metals, right? Not just metals, like they're passionate about metals, physical metals. But the other thing is, I feel great that we're building a position that they're going to be so like they're going to be pleasantly surprised at the value of their retirement accounts once this next cycle comes in. I've been there before, 2008 to 2011, when gold went up 250%, silver went up 400%. So that's what I'm excited for when it comes to kind of building these positions and then just stacking the gold and silver inside the IRAs, hold on to them, and just hit the do not disturb light.
I love that. If people watching this right now are interested in speaking with you in detail, they can get in touch with you, right? Call you, talk to you.
Right. You have my executive assistants, you have the administrator. There's so many people that can help. Like, I will talk to you directly. Okay. You have my direct phone number, the office phone number, 949-200-7047. You can also email me, and then from there we'll help you. We'll go over, we'll answer your questions. We'll kind of figure out what you want to get done. Awesome. Overall.
Gold, silver. And maybe even a little real estate. But I want to talk to you more about that. But hey, Mukarram, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Sure, definitely. Is there any questions you want to kind of look at the chat screen on?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have time? We're gonna do
minutes.
Chat. All right, guys. If you have questions for Mukarram, please uppercase, all caps in the chat. Just ask your question. He's watching it right now too, and we will try to do our best to answer them. So I say a lot of people were chatting while we were talking.
Yeah, there was it's always a great chat, right?
It really is.
Questions. Yeah, we'd love to help you. So just reach out to me. I think we covered. See, that's what's nice about these sessions, right, Yankee? You guide us in such a great way where we can talk about the topics that are important.
Right. And I was pushed back on you too if I don't agree. You know that. You know you even do. I don't even want to say it, but you even do crypto because you are a trader. I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go there. But you know your stuff when it comes to commodities. So we don't always agree 100%. But I have yet to meet someone with your understanding of the markets that really buys into physical gold and silver like you do. You help clients. Help people that are subscribers on my channel really build positions with gold and silver in a way that I can't. We're talking IRAs, retirement, things that are really helpful. So anyway, there's some questions in here. Go ahead.
Really appreciate it.
Could the dollar take longer to complete the double top? A year or two?
A year or two? I don't think a year. What you're seeing is a very strong indication, technically, that it wants to finish up this double top. What you want is confirmation. Like when I trade or when I invest, we always look for 3 confirmations. Confirmation. And these 3 confirmations can come in different ways. We're already seeing the first confirmation. The second confirmation is on its way. So once that third confirmation is done, we're all in.
Right.
We're all in.
All right. WTI crude?
Yeah. Crude oil, again, Yankee gets another gold medal on this one too, right? Guess what? When everyone was long crude at 110, we said we were shorting crude, shorting it. And we also said, hey, we'll get out somewhere in the mid-70s or close to 80, which is kind of what we did.
Right.
Still, crude looks like, on the technical side of it, crude looks, if it does not hold the 70 handle, it should go to 60 because there's a couple major moving averages on the weekly chart that look like 60 should be the support. I'll actually be looking at crude simply because I think it's going to be a commodity kind of super cycle coming up. And
2023?
2023, 2024. This whole year, this year I'm looking at it kind of like in terms of like building positions. But I'll be looking at crude, especially with China opening up and all their relaxation of the COVID rules in a weird manner, by the way. I'm looking at crude. If it hits somewhere in the mid 60s, 60, I like crude at that time.
What's your thoughts on rhodium?
On rhodium, I'm not following it that much, so I can't really give you an answer on that.
Jade Dog Silver. I'm going to answer this one myself. What is a good amount of silver to physically hold? Okay, again, this is your personal stack in your personal vault. My rule of thumb is 1 year of expenses. 1 year of expenses.
Nice.
That's the type of silver I think you should have for potential barter purposes.
That's the one that you hold at home.
That's what I hold at home. That's my primary. Now, again, I do have a self-directed IRA. I have a custodian. I can do all kinds of stuff in it, but I really primarily use that to help build my wealth through private mortgage lending, which I know you do. You know this stuff. I mean, you and I have talked a little bit about it. So anyways, I won't get off on that, but I love private mortgage lending. All right. Let's see. If you had $40,000 cash, would you buy gold or silver or something else? JJ.
I'll buy a mix of gold and silver because that's just above the threshold of just doing one metal, right? So if you have more than 25, 30 grand, so if you have 40 grand in cash, I would do gold and silver, and I would look at it as either a 70-30 split on gold and silver. 70% actually in silver, 30% in gold. That's how I would go.
I think it was Bank of America. I don't know why I just thought of this, but I saw something in Bank of America that said that if you had gone with a 60-40 traditional split, stocks, bonds, for 2022, it was the worst year in over 100 years. I don't have it in front of me, but it was or the worst ever. No, it was the worst ever, including 1929 stock market crash and the depression. The worst calendar year, 2022, if you had gone with the traditional 60-40 split. I heard that stat today, and it just blew my mind.
I mean, you can see it. You could
Bonds.
see this very clearly in the market. And just people don't want to admit it that, when the market was where it was and you had $Tesla at $1,000, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you had stocks that was so overvalued. That was the time where you just walk away. You just take your profits and go into metals.
You were
silver,
telling people a year ago to do this. I remember saying, I was telling them too, get out of the market. Get into gold and silver. All right. Ask him what his favorite gold and silver coins are that he invests in. All right. I've asked you this before to bring gold and silver. I'm putting it on the spot.
And we brought it. I've shown you.
You have. You have it. You stack it. So you don't have any with you now, do you?
There's two ways to answer that question. Okay. One.
He doesn't have anything with him.
In terms of performance, if you look at gold and silver, any coin of the realm, like if you look at gold eagles or Britannias or kangaroos, they'll perform better than gold bars or anything like that, because of the fact that if you know how to get them at the right area in the chart and then get out when everyone else wants to jump in later, right?
But you're looking at it from a trading standpoint.
Yeah,
buy
I
and
look
sell,
at it in
right?
terms of an investment, buy and sell. I'm not like someone who'll hold it for 30 years. I'm not that guy, right?
You're not that guy. Okay.
But when you look at it as the beauty of the coin, I know the gold eagle looks great, but sometimes in the right light, the Britannias look beautiful. Okay. So that, and then the Austrian Philharmonics, they look so beautiful when the light hits it. So that's why I love that as well. Okay. So that's two ways to answer that question.
Yeah. Now you got me thinking Brits. So you've been doing the Britannias, right?
I mean, yeah, we've been doing that for our clients, Britannias and IRAs.
I remember you were telling me that people were,
because you get a better premium advantage on that, and I think it's better to go with that now.
All right, so yeah, I love the Brits. I haven't finished off my entire mini monster box. I got a mini monster box I'm trying to do. This Brit is nice. Hey, you know what? What are we at? We're at $20 for Super Chat total. That's our giveaway. If we get to $100, we're giving away a silver Britannia. I just decided on it right now. So there it is. So we can get to, there you go. Go big or go home, right?
Rockstar Yankee. Love it.
No. I have my mini monster box I'm trying to fill. This one's a partial, so I was like, you know what? What's one less, right? So, yeah. All right. Let's see. What other questions do we have? What is a minimum investment, says Valerie. I'm wondering if she's talking about with you. I don't know.
Well, I mean, a minimum investment, we don't really have a minimum. It depends on your needs,
Okay.
right?
All right?
But obviously, if you want to accomplish something, but you don't have the funds to accomplish that with, you'll have to be careful with it, right? But I always say a minimum investment is dependent on your goals. So if you reach out to us, we'll kind of figure out what your goals are together and then see if we can help you accomplish it or not.
Gil Levy says, why is the Mexican Libertad so expensive relative speaking to other coins? Gil.
That's a Yankee question.
Yeah, the Libertad. I mean, it's a highly desired collectible semi-numismatic silver and gold coin. It is something that people desire it not just because it's bullion, but because it's beautiful and it's relatively rare. Mexico actually will sell it to their citizens first before it even gets out and is shipped around to other mints to be sold. So there is a supply and demand factor here that is unlike silver Canadian maple leaf or a Brit. That is the biggest reason. That's why I don't stack them. I mean, I have a couple. I think I got one gold and I don't know. I have a few Libertads just for fun, pretty much. What is the best ratio for silver and gold buying?
It depends on which part of the curve you're on. For example, when we are in a bull market and if silver has not broken out yet, right, which is kind of where we are now.
Yep.
A 70-30, 60-40, meaning more silver than gold makes a lot of sense because you can just, explode the value of your account simply because of the power of the movement. And the reason I say that is silver always follows gold in the beginning, but then in the middle of the chart, silver actually, outperforms gold percentage-wise. Right. But if you're coming towards the, like the latter part of a bull market, I think you should go either 50-50 or have more gold than silver because silver tends to peak out before gold.
It was one of the reasons why I was prioritizing. I had a buying ratio at the beginning of 2022 that was like 400 to 1. So 400 ounces of silver to 1 ounce of gold. It ended up being 50 to 1 by the end of the year. I was focusing more on gold for a variety of reasons because of the premiums in silver, also because I thought gold was going to lead silver and I wanted to get in on the gold and maybe get a little delay for the silver. Basically, I had shifted my buy ratio, which was kind of interesting. I didn't expect
There's a really good question on, I think it's me, not you. So what percentage of retirement dollars do you recommend be allocated to a Roth or a 401k precious metals?
That's a great question.
I really want to address this question because, I mean, for years, everyone has always asked me, what percentage of my retirement should be in this asset versus that? And, all over TV, you have gurus saying you're 10% here. Here's my view, okay? If you know with a significant probability that one market is about to come down significantly and another market is about to go up significantly because there are fundamental and technical relationships between the two asset classes, it does not make any sense for me why you would leave 90% of your money in a market that's about to come down and only move 10% over into a market like gold and silver because you want to follow kind of a traditional way of thinking of what percentage goes where. Okay, I'm not saying you put all of your money into one asset. What I'm saying is don't leave most of your money in a place where it's going to lose value just because you want to follow a percentage allocation.
Yeah, you don't want to be a slave to that percentage.
To a place that can perform,
right.
Ignoring percentage allocation, because if you're working with the right team, you can be nimble and then get out of it when you're done and go into something.
Yeah, you don't want to be a slave to some percentage allocation, but you still want to diversify. So there is a balance there. Oh, I got a geopolitical question here. M. Taylor, how will BRICS affect metals? The BRICS.
Oh, the BRICS. Okay. Yeah. Well, it all depends. Like, when you look at India and China, right? Because they've been pretty much, if you look at China, because of their zero tolerance policy that they've had up until like January or late December, a lot of the demand for gold has not shown up yet. okay, which is great,
True.
right? Because there's a lot of economic issues going on. And if you look at India as well. So what I really think, and the South American economies, I mean, we can't look at it that much, but right now, what you want to look at is when this demand comes back up, like especially with the opening up and completely the zero tolerance going away, that's going to positively help gold and silver. That's one way to look at it,
Mm-hmm.
But even without that, you've seen gold. And that's why I saw something else where saying, even though there's inflation, how come gold and silver have not performed? I don't know what charts they're looking at. I mean, gold's gone up almost 60-70% from its low a year and a half ago. And then silver's up maybe 50% from its low, So.
That's true. I saw what real estate deals have you done recently? Any farmland?
No farmlands, but we do like agricultural property, but it depends. The reason we don't want to go into agricultural property right now is simply because you do have, because of the dollar issues, you are having some difficulty in running the farms or the land producing thing, like being
especially
a net
foreign ones, right?
Well, foreign ones, it depends on where you are.
Like Brazil.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
That's going to be tough, right?
Yeah, because of the economy and how strong the dollar is.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at what the properties that we do have to either be, like, for example, I mean, I'll send you some information on this. We're doing through our partners, like from the ground up, we're developing a property in Miami, our real estate partners are doing that. And that's a multi-million-dollar property. But then when you look at properties that just average clients want to take part in, I think anything in that 400,000, 300,000 level where you can put in a couple, like maybe 50,000, 100,000, and then sell it for a significant percentage, that's what we're looking at.
Cool. John Martin, did you say private mortgage loans? I did, John. I've done private mortgage lending since 2009. So what is that? Another 14 years or so coming up on? In fact, you know what I'll do? I will put in a link in the chat to my playlist on private mortgage lending, and check out the videos there. I go into some detail. It's something that I truly believe is a untapped secret that people really don't know, how to get 8 to 12% APY on your investments. But here's the kicker. It is collateralized. It is secured by real tangible assets, property, stuff that you actually live in, right? And that to me is a big boon, especially at my old age. I don't want to play a lot of, with my money in the stock market and roll the dice. You're not going to find that type of security in equities or in bonds. So a lot of my assets have been working. I mean, I'm getting, like I said, 8 to 10%. And I sleep well at night because I don't worry about what the stock market's doing. So anyways, that link is in there. Check it out if you haven't seen that playlist. I've had that there for a few years, actually.
And there's different ways you can get involved in real estate.
Yeah.
Right?
What are some of the ways that again, we're going to get off on this a little bit, but what are some of the ways they do it with you?
A couple ways. One is you can decide to say, hey, I have enough funds to be part of one property, or have the down payment for that property, and then go with a private lender and do the whole property. Or you can be like, hey, I have construction funds that we can utilize for a property that I may not have enough. Like you might say you don't have enough funds to buy a property, but you can be part of the construction side of it, and then still take part in the percentage return based on your allocation that was put into that property, right? So there's different ways you can do that.
You can do it fractionally too, pooling it and all that, right? I've done a variety of stuff. All right, back to gold. Is buying fractional gold overpaying? Says Rob Phillips.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do fractional gold. If you can do full ounces, unless you really, really want to have half ounces and quarter ounces. Especially, a lot of people say, well, I'd like to have half ounces because I can spend it one day or use it to barter. Don't go that way. Just buy a different kind of coin, like maybe junk silver for the bartering, rather than going fractional gold.
How likely is gold to pull back to $1,600 this year? Isn't there a support level?
We don't get into predictions, but the fact is that the first run up happened from 1620 when we showed that chart, right, to 1880.
Right.
I really think we can have a pullback, in the next couple, like this week or next week, we can have a pullback, but I don't think we'll see the low 1600s again. I don't think we'll see low 1600s again if the charts hold up, especially with the dollar double top, and then you're going to see the next big run.
Tommy Stacker, 60-year-old. Okay, so he's a little older than I am. 50K in hand. Where would you put it? Stock market or physical metals?
Do not put it in the stock market. Do not put it in the stock market. Even if you don't want to do anything in metals, right now is not the time to catch a falling knife, okay? Oh, yeah. And I know people calling me up and saying, hey, Tesla's at 110, I want to buy Tesla. No, Tesla could go to 80, okay, if you look at the charts. Amazon, yes, things are getting more in line, but this is not the time to take 50 grand and put it into a stock market because you're going to lose a good percentage.
There's more downside risk.
Yeah, there's
a lot of downside risk still, right?
So it's a risk calculation, and this is where it becomes a nonsensical risk. Right now, going into the stock market, when it has not shown any semblance of like the smart money coming in, is just a nonsensical risk. Don't go into the stock market. Get out of it.
All right. So Litecoin Lamb, Gay Bar, and probably a bunch of other people are asking about manipulation. The silver market. Why is it manipulated? What is the benefit of the manipulation? Do you think manipulation of silver and gold by big banks will stop soon? I have my perspective. I want to hear yours first, and then I'm going to answer it.
You know, I think in some ways there is some type of manipulation, okay? Because you can clearly see that the price of silver and the price of gold should be much higher than where they are now. But the issue with, accepting that and just saying that is that if that's the case, everything else is manipulated. Let me just give you an example, okay? We had the worst time for a commodity like natural gas. Natural gas went from $2 to $10 in the last 6 months, especially during the summer, okay? Then we had the Russian invasion, and then after that, we had really bad weather in Europe, and natural gas has dropped to $3. Go figure.
Go figure. Okay. I know, right? That's just crazy.
It shouldn't be doing that. So if you want to then, kind of go down that rabbit hole, there are reasons for that. You can see it because if natural gas was allowed to go higher, then Russia will continue to get, stronger in this war, right, between Ukraine and so it feels like there's manipulation in a lot of different things. Look at stocks just before the elections, right? What happened? So I think that's the best way to look at it. But here's something important. If you have a good model and you're working with the right team, don't worry about manipulations. Worry about or be concerned about how do you use or harness this energy and make it profitable. Because there's ways to make yourself profitable.
You've spoken like a good trader, someone who's looking at gold and silver like an investment, making you money, timing, all that. I agree. As a prepper and a prepper stacker, I'm going to give you my little take on this whole manipulation thing. Yes, gold and silver are manipulated heavily. I believe because of the size of these asset classes, it is incredibly manipulated. I believe the manipulation is going to end. I believe the COMEX is going to be faced with a horrific redemption requirement, and I think it's going to happen when the dollar resets, when the reserve currency status is lost, and central bank digital currencies will be the tool by which they will be able to reset the dollar. I think that's likely in this decade. It's one of the reasons why I stack personally in hand. It's important to me because when that happens, I believe the run on the COMEX, the desire to have real money, tangible silver and gold will be incredible. And that is when the manipulation will end. Other than that, I have no strong feelings about the matter.
I love it.
All right, man. A couple more. It's 10:08. I don't want to keep you too much longer, man. You've done
Let's take two more questions.
Two more questions. Okay.
Yeah.
Should I take out my 401k from my old job? Mutual fund has been going down.
I mean, it depends on what you mean by your old. Don't take it out. Okay, so here's how it works.
Don't take the penalties.
So, reach out to us because we'll go over how you can do this in a protocoled manner where if it's a previous form, because you said it's an old 401k or an old company, it is a previous 401k. If it's a previous 401k, every dollar in that 401k is allowed to be laterally moved into a self-directed IRA without taxes and penalties, and then you can buy precious metals in there. So do it that way. Don't just take the money out and pay taxes. But we can help you with that.
All right. Fear the wrath of Yahweh. Gold, 1,400 in the next 3 months. Get dry powder. You're welcome.
I mean, if we see 1,400, it'll be great. You know, it's awesome. But I don't think we're going to see 1,400 in the next 2 months.
I don't either. All right. Well, thank you so much, Mukarram. This has been great. I really love it. I love it when you come on. Please give Mukarram a call. It doesn't cost you anything. Chat with him. You've got more questions. I know there are some people in this chat probably just mulling the stuff you said over and feel like they've been drinking from a fire hose. Just talk with him. He'll help you out. The information is in the description below, and you will enjoy it. I guarantee it.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. Thank you, Yankee, and Happy New Year to everyone. I saw all the great messages and kind, wonderful, great messages. Thank you very much, and we'll continue to help you guys and then see what we can accomplish together, okay? Right. Happy New Year. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, well, that was a blast. I hope you enjoyed it. Guys, I'm not done yet. We've got more to give away. Don't go anywhere. I see 526 people in the chat. Please hit the like button. That would help a lot. And like I said, we got to give away some money, some real money. I think we need to warm up the wheel. All right, so I saw earlier people were complaining, where's the wheel? Where's the wheel? How about we give away a dollar face of silver? That's 4 quarters. And it's really simple how you do this, guys. You need to be a subscriber, okay? Not necessarily a member, but a subscriber. And you need to put something in the chat. Now, I need to also, quickly, before everybody goes bonkers here, I need to put it on slow mode. I don't know if I did this in time. I probably should have done that before I said what I said. Let's see, where is that? There it is. Slow mode. I know you guys hate it, but it really helps. It helps the chat from just going out of control. So the slow mode is on. Put something in the chat, not the word something. You can put, thank you, Mukarram, or, SD Bullion, or whatever you want, because this is all from SD Bullion right here. This silver we're going to give away from SD Bullion, $1 face of quarters. Maybe we'll do some more. Oh, and you got to do the pocket pinger too. Definitely got to do that. All right, so get something in the chat. I'll give you guys a few seconds. Did I miss? A lot of people subscribed. Thank you so much for doing that. I was looking at the subscriber count going up. That was awesome. Luke Thompson, he super chatted $10. $10 towards the super chat for Rosie's. Well, thank you, Luke. Hope he's still in here. I appreciate that super chat. Again, if we break 100, the first giveaway will be this Britannia. I don't know if you own a Britannia, but this one right here will be yours if you win, if we get to 100. But right now we're going to do these 4 quarters. I see the name still showing up in the participants list. So I'm going to give it a few more seconds here. We're going to get warm up the wheel of names. Let's get that all set up over here. Let's go to the browser. All right. There we go, and copy. All right. And paste those names in. All copy. And paste. And there are the names. All right, so let's sort them up here. Let's go down to members. Yeah, this is the section right here I like to get rid of here, so we don't land on it. Whoops! Ah! All right, stop it. Oh man. I'll just do it in pieces here. There we go. Get rid of member lines. And I also have, I think there's a couple, there's one that says participants. Whoops. got to be careful here. Take that one out. And I think there's also one right here called new member. Let's grab that, take that out. I will leave Yankee in here. If we land on Yankee, it's not a good thing. All right, so I was just telling you right now. Yankee means I got to pony up an extra ounce. So let's hope that doesn't happen. All right, good luck, everyone. Here we go. All right, we've got Hugh, Gaybar, Maury knows. Ooh, can Maury hold on? Coming right down to the wire here. And yes, Maury knows. Congratulations, Maury. You just won these 4 quarters. All you got to do is email me your mailing address. That's yankeestacking@gmail.com right there, and I will mail these 4 quarters out to you. All right, let's write down Maury's name here. 4 quarters. Remember, the final giveaway will be from SD Bullion. That will be the 10th anniversary silver round. Okay, actually, I have one right here. These are really cool. I love the design. Look at that round. Isn't that pretty? We'll be giving that away at the end of the stream. You can see SD Bullion 10th anniversary. Again, thanks so much to SD Bullion for sponsoring the live stream. And let's see, the pocket pinger. So I did do a little pocket ping earlier. In fact, I'm going to do another one, this time not on the pig. For those of you just joining, I pocket pinged the pig, which I'll be giving away this 1 ounce gold coin when I reach 100,000 subscribers. I'm getting really close, almost to 90. That'll be fun. But let me ping the gold buffalo I just purchased. I got this gold buffalo. There it is. Listen to this. Ooh, I'll use the stack stick on this one. Ready? Very unique sound with the buffalo. Now, again, if you use the app, an iOS or Android app, free app, it will tell you that is truly a legit gold buffalo. And believe me, I test out all my gold and silver. So definitely check out the Pocket Pinger. There is a link in the description of all my videos to the Pocket Pinger. They're not expensive at all, and I highly recommend that you get one of these if you call yourself a stacker. In fact, I'm really curious how many people have a pocket pinger. So if you have a pocket pinger, put a ping in the chat. Hold on one second here. Having a little trouble here. Hold on. There it is. Okay. All right. I had a little problem on my end there. It kind of lagged for me. So I'm seeing ping, 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 ping. That's awesome. Good. I see a lot of people with pocket pingers. That makes me feel good. You need to test your metals. This one comes with a fake copy. See that walker right there? Fake copy. So you'll be able to test out a fake and see the difference. So we're going to give this pocket pinger away. Hold on one second. Hold on. Let me reach down here. Whoa! You got to be careful. Let's see. Do I have a walker? I do. Right here. A 1941 walker. Gotta love the walkers. They are so beautiful. It's what the American Silver Eagle was designed after. And guess what, guys? I'm going to add a real walker, a silver walker in here. Actually, why don't I take out the fake one and slide in the real one right there. So you got a fake on one side. You got a real one on the other. I'm going to slide that baby back into there because, I want you to be able to ping both and see the difference. So hopefully the winner will be somebody that doesn't already have a pocket pinger. In fact, I would highly encourage you on this giveaway. I know I put a real piece of silver in there. It's going to tempt everybody. But if you already have a pocket pinger, I'm going to ask you not to put anything in the chat. There's no guarantee I'm going to be able to screen you out. But I did see a lot of people in there in the chat that said they had one. They put ping. So please, if you have a pocket pinger, just think of the people that don't and skip this giveaway, if you wouldn't mind. All right. So we'll give it a few more seconds, and I will harvest the names for the wheel names. Actually, I got to delete the old names out. So you have a few seconds to put something in there, and we'll give away that pocket pinger. There we go. I see a bunch of names in there right now. Again, if you got one, there'll be a few more giveaways. You might be able to get some silver on. So let's just hold off on it if you haven't gotten a pocket. If you have a pocket pinger, skip this one. All right. I'm going to grab the names in just a few seconds. 5 seconds to be exact. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Man, computer's slow tonight. All copy. All right. There we go. I got everybody's name. You can stop putting stuff in the chat. All copy. Switch over to the browser. Paste some stuff in here. And there we go. Let's sort it up. Let's go down to the members. There they are. Let's just grab those out. I do this just so that we don't waste time landing on an entry that says member. There's a few more in here. New members. Get rid of those. And there's that participant right there. All right. Let's shuffle it up. Keep shuffling it and spin. All right. Good luck. This is for the pocket pinger. BZ22 says, I need a pinger. Well, maybe you'll get it. Wouldn't that be funny if he actually landed on it? All right, Tyler, Nerd, EMR, Coins, Kevin, Martin, Jay, Rendog, RL, Branch, Alex, Lopez, get off that, Streamlabs, Tim, LaCroix. Can Tim hold on? Oh, Damien's blowing the wheel. Damien's trying. Oh, that was so close, Damien. Tim LaCroix. Congratulations. Hey, Tim, are you in the chat? I'm assuming you are. I'm going to take slow mode off. Release everybody from their bonds. All right, I'm asking Tim right now. Tim, do you have one? No, I have one. So no, I have one, meaning you do have a pocket pinger. Well, Tim, if you have a pocket pinger, I think what I should do is probably spin it again. What do you guys think? I'm looking for Tim here. Tim, no, I have one. Well, yep, you had something in there. I have one, says Tim. I'm going to spin it again. Let's do it. Spinny, spinny. All right, Jennifer, Jean, Jesse, Judith, Bud, Yankee, get off that. Brandon, David S., J.R. Whitman, and My Smart TV 4K. Oh, my smart. I don't know if you're going to hold on to it. It's coming down. Yes, you did. My Smart TV 4K. Thanks a lot for being honest, Tim. Like Litecoin Lamb says, I love that. Thank you, Tim. That was big of you. I need a pinger. All right, so we've got My Smart TV. My Smart TV, where are you in the chat? I'm looking for you. I'm hoping you don't have a pocket pinger. Because if you don't, you just won one. You're first. Let's see. I'm still looking. My Smart. Where's My Smart? Let's go. Yes, Tim definitely has integrity. Boom time for the Brit to give. Did I just get a big super chat? I did. My Smart TV says sweet and thanks. I'm assuming he doesn't have one. All right, My Smart, you just won it. All right. I see a $99 super chat by Josu Rosado. Josu Rosado, thank you so much. $100 super chat has pushed us over the super chat total for $119.98, and that means the Britannia is going to be given away now. The Britannia is up. Now, I better put the slow mode on this one right now, right away. So slow mode is now turned on. I'm going to slow you guys down, and we're going to give this away. So put something in the chat right now to get in on this Wheel of Names giveaway. You do need to be a participant. A subscriber in order to participate. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I really would appreciate it. It's amazing to watch how many views I get from non-subscribers on my channel. Some of the Tim videos with hundreds of thousands of views. 75% of those who view that are not subscribers. It blows my mind. So some of the views are more split 50-50, but if you have not subscribed to my channel, please, what are you waiting for? It would be great to have you ring that bell too, or set that bell so it will ring when I drop a new video. All right, so I am seeing the chats come in. Oh yeah, there they go. Some subscribe and somebody gets the gold pig soon. Yeah, the gold pig. That's the giveaway for 100,000 subscribers. All right, but right now we're going to be doing the Britannia, and I do have a flip. Why don't I put it in a flip? Ah! Careful, Yankee. There we go. It's in a flip. All right, so that will be sent out to one lucky winner. I'm giving you guys time to get in on this giveaway. Just put something in the chat. I also need to write down the last winner here. So that was My Smart TV. That was the pocket pinger. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed having Mukarram on. He usually comes on every few months, and I just learn so much every time he gets on. All right, let's see. I think that's probably long enough. Let me grab the names here. All copy. Switch over to the wheel. Let's paste everything in here. All copy. And paste. And there are the names. Get rid of that one. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Sort. Let's go all the way down to members. Here we go. Delete those. And the new member and participants, I think I already got. All right, so let's shuffle these up. Shuffle, shuffle. There we go. All right, and By the way, just so you understand, the names will disappear into this area here and then pop out after a few seconds. If I didn't have this, the names would be microscopic. We have 462 entries in here, so that's why I do this type of wheel. All right, so we've got Trisha, Higgy, Jay, Paul, Benny, Quicksilver, Forever Metal, The Gray Fox RP, and Anthony Call. Anthony, maybe there's more to it than just Call. We'll see in a second. Nope, it's Anthony Cole. All right, Anthony, congratulations. The Britannia is yours. I hope you enjoy this. The only way to get it, though, is by emailing me, Anthony, at yankee.stacking@gmail.com. Right down there, give me your mailing address, and I will get this out to you. I'll write down Anthony's name. Cole, the Brit. Congratulations. All right. You know, if we get to 200 in the super chat, we're doing the entire roll of Rosies from SD Bullion. Look at that. I'm curious, how many of you in the chat, speaking of the chat, let me turn off the slow mode, you guys. You put up with me. I appreciate it. All right, slow mode's off. How many of you in the chat, I really want to know, put in the word open or closed? If you would either open this up, tear it open, or if you would leave it sealed up, closed. So open or closed. Put it in the chat. If you would leave it open or tear it open or leave it closed. All right, here we go. I should have done a poll. Oh, what was I thinking? Because I can't tell with them screaming by here. All right. No. We're going to do a poll. Everybody stop. If you win the dime roll, or roll of dimes, roll of silver dimes, would you, all right, tear it open or leave it wrapped? That's a better way. There we go. I'm going to ask the community. There's the poll right there. Go ahead, vote. Of course, it's not going to happen until and unless we reach 200, because that's a big giveaway right there. A whole roll of silver dimes. Man, that is coin roll hunting right there. Enders, right? Look at those enders. This is great. Oh man. I'll put that. Oh, the pocket pinger actually is gone. So I'll move that out of the way. Oh, and while you're answering that question, check this out, guys. This is a celebratory giveaway from Shark Tooth Stacker, who sent me this amazing bag. Look at those shark teeth. This amazing bag of luscious silver. There's a chunky piece in here. That's an Egyptian. I think it's 1.5 ounces. But there are so many silver rounds and coins in here. This is what's going to be given away when I reach 95,000 subscribers. All right. So this very special. Thank you, Shark Tooth. I appreciate you very much. That was super generous of you. Can't wait. All right. But I have to wait because I'm not there yet. Not to 95 yet. Okay. So I've got 307 votes. I'm going to give you guys just a few more seconds to vote, and I'm going to close it. There are 518 people in the chat watching right now, and I only got 308 votes. So 200 of you don't either know how to vote or don't care about voting, but I'll give it a few more seconds. Hey, Check Stacker, back in the house. Dude, you gave me a $5 super chat in the pre-show, right at the beginning. No, actually, I think it was even before the pre-show. That was so nice of you. $5, run it up. Thank you, my friend. Another super chat, Ren Dog 89 throws a 20 spot into the mix. Thank you for that, Ren Dog 89. So nice. And boom, There it is. Bob Marsh throws $50 in the super chat. Love you, Yankee. I would leave it closed. Well, that's a great way to vote, my friend. Thank you so much for that $50. Wow. I am going to close the poll right now. All right. End the poll. 3, 2, 1. It looks to me as most of you, but not by a whole lot, would leave it wrapped, sealed up. You wouldn't open it. About 60 to 40, somewhere in there. That was an interesting poll. All right, so I see another one. Daniel Fernandez, run it up, throws a 10 spot in there. Thank you so much for that, Daniel. I don't even know what the full total is. I think we're up to 124. Is that right? I don't know if it's actually caught up yet. I think Green River Aquatics sends in a super chat. Keep it going. More giveaways. Thank you so much for that $5. Green River Aquatics, a new member, by the way, of the Yankee Militia. Thank you for that. There it is. Leave it wrapped, 58%. Tear it open, 41. Actually, it's pretty close. Pretty close on that poll. Let's see. Yankee, I am here for the Yankee Cannon, says Big T Coins. I'm not pulling the Yankee Cannon out. I can't give that away, you wise guy. All right, so that was the only pocket pinger, by the way. Already won, but there's a link. I just saw it scrolling in the chat. Check out the link right there in the chat to get a pocket pinger. There's also a link in the description. They're not expensive. Highly recommend. If you don't have one, you get one. All right, let's see. Smash that like button. Thank you so much, Jerry. And Stephen Peach Jr.? I don't want to butcher your last name there, but Stephen drops $25 in the super chat total. We are now over $200, $209.97. That's fantastic. And that means we give away another ounce. Look at this. Actually, no. I promised this. You're right. I got ahead of myself. Yeah, if we get to 300, it'll be a round. We'll definitely do a round of silver. But right now, SD Bullion is sponsoring all bunch of giveaways tonight, other than the ones you take from my stack, I might add. But this one is what we're going to do right now. So what I need first to do is to put on the hated slow mode. Yes, slow mode is now turned on. It still isn't caught up. It's higher. Valerie, is that true? Maybe my chat is way behind. But yeah, I see 209.97, Valerie. Let's do this. This is a fun mailing, by the way, for Mrs. Yankee to put together. She wraps it up really nice in a cushioned wrap. Sends it along to you with tracking, so you'll be able to tell when it's coming. So that's a really nice giveaway. What would I do? I would peel it open. I'm starting a guardhouse box of silver dimes. I just purchased the guardhouse box from Amazon. It should be coming in very shortly. I think the guardhouse box comes tomorrow. But the tubes that I bought 10 tubes, they come, I think, Monday, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, I'm really excited about starting my guardhouse box of dimes. I finished the $50 guardhouse box. That was fun and challenging. And then I finished the quarter guardhouse box. That was not fun. That was very hard and very expensive. That was really difficult. But the dimes should be a lot easier. All right, I kind of went backwards in terms of the denominations. So dimes. Love silver dimes. These are probably the best barter constitutional silver around. In fact, I love the Rosies due to the lack of wear as compared to the Mercury or Winged Liberties. So anyways, I am looking at the participants list. I'm going to give it a few seconds longer before I harvest the names. Let me clear out the old names while I'm at it. Alrighty. Get something in the chat. And let's see. That's funny. I literally see two AHs. There's an A space H and an AH no space. I wonder if they're the same person. That would be interesting. Maybe there are two AHs out there. Aspiring alchemist. All right, so I see a lot of names in here. All right, I think that's good enough. I'm going to harvest the names. All copy. All right. And now let's paste it in. All copy. Switch over to the browser. Plop the names in. There they are. Get rid of participants. See what I was talking about? Look at that. A space H, AH. I'm going to assume they're two different AHs. Let's sort. Let's go down. Oh, that's an interesting one there. The Dewitch. Necator americanus. Never seen the Dewitch. There's some new names in this list. Let's bring it down here to members. Here we go. Get rid of that. And also these several new members. I do appreciate all my new members. Thank you so much for joining the Yankee Militia. All right. Shuffle it up. And a couple more. There it is. All right. Spin. This is for the silver dimes. The entire roll. Good luck, everyone. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that. All right. We've got Dave, Barbara, Word of Prussia, Knockstacks, The Gray Fox, Calamon, Todd Prick, Trisha Holloway, BF. And it looks like BF's going to hold on to it. There it is. BF is the winner of the roll of dimes from SD Bullion. By the way, if you haven't purchased from SD Bullion, what are you waiting for? Go to sdbullion.com. Actually, go to sdbullion.com/Yankee. Get on their mailing list so that you know when the deals show up, the docs deals. You're going to know before anybody else does, or at least those who are not signed up, I should say. So definitely check out sdbullion.com for your online silver and gold bullion needs. Congratulations, BF. Email me your mailing address to yankee-stacking@gmail.com right down there, and I will get this out to you. Post haste. BF Silver Dimes. That is a big win. All right. Well, our super chat total now stands at $256.97. We are what? $43.03 away from $300, if my public math is correct. I do think we should do a little more giveaways when it comes to the constitutional silver. However, you know what I'm going to do? I decided to open the call line up. All right, this is going to be whoever calls next and gets on with Yankee wins 4 Washington silver quarters. All right, so do you know the number? Do you? I hope you do. It's been rolling around in the stream. It is. Maybe I should give the number to some of you people that don't know what it is. This is the number. I know for a fact that some of you out there put it in your speed dial, literally. Okay, so and Ray Bar, I know for a fact, loves to beat everybody out, but I'm going to put the number in right here for everyone. There it is, 978-406-9103. We're going to do at least one call. I love that. Yeah, Salt Life, great. 555-5555. So we're going to do these quarters when I open the call line in 3, 2, 1, now. Come on, who's going to be the first? Hello, you're on with Yankee. Hello?
Hi.
Hello, who's this?
I didn't think I'd ever get through.
Well, you sound disappointed even though you have gotten through. Who's this?
Thanks.
Who is this?
Martin?
Martin. I am so glad you're able to call in, get through, and congratulations on these 4 silver quarters.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Martin, have you had a tough day today?
It's been kind of a long day.
It has it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope being a part of Ask Yankee live stream has been a good way to end your day. I hope you've had fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope these 4 quarters make your day A-okay. All right?
Yep.
All right. Take care, buddy.
Thanks.
I feel for Martin, man. Sounds like he's had a tough one. Martin, don't forget to email me, Martin, at yankeestacking@gmail.com so I can get these 4 quarters out to you. All right. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't stop there. We're going to open the call line up one more time. There, call line's open again. Hello, you're on with Yankee.
Hey, Yankee.
Hi, who's this?
This is Knox Stacks.
Knox Stacks. No way. You got through again?
I did.
You are amazing. That's impressive, dude. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Now, you got to be honest with me. Do you have that number on speed dial?
I do.
See, guys? Didn't I tell you? Come on. You got to step up your game. People like Knox Stacks are going to be able to beat you out for silver. You're going to get 5 of these silver dimes. What do you think of that?
I think that's great. It'll go in the guardhouse box.
Oh, are you collecting silver dimes in a guardhouse box?
I am.
Good for you. How many do you have so far?
Well, I'm down to needing 900. I forgot the number, but it's just over 900 of them.
That's how many you already have? That's how many you have right now, Knox?
No, that's how many I need left. I need about 93 face.
Okay, 93 face. Wow. It's a challenge to buy constitutional now, isn't it?
It is.
What are you getting for face value?
I try and stay under 20. A couple of months ago, I was getting 18, which I thought was pretty good.
Oh, no, that's not pretty good. That's very good. 18 face. Nicely done. That's my target. I love hitting 20. 20 is sort of like that magic line, right? So it's a challenge to get it for much lower, but you've done well. All right. Hey, congratulations on the dimes.
Thank you much.
Take care.
You too.
All right. So I told you, speed dial. Get that number down. And speaking of numbers, oh my goodness, I see new super chats in the house. It looks like, well, I think I mentioned Green River Aquatics dropping that $5, but keep it going. More giveaways. Thank you for that. Daniel Fernandez dropped to $10, run it up. And then I saw the 25 from Steve. That was awesome. Thank you for that $25 super chat. Jay Owen dropped $10. Thank you. Guns, Games, and Gadgets channel. Boy, I like the sound of that channel. Guns, Games, and Gadgets. I like all 3 of those, by the way. He super chatted $2. Let's go. And then Matt Enos super chatted $5. When is the next Tim video coming out? Good question. By the way, everybody out there, I average about 1 Tim video a week. That's it. That's how I roll. That's how many times I can get out to see Tim, right? However, when I retire, I plan on doing 2 Tim videos a week. So get ready for that. So anyways, thanks, Matt. I appreciate that $5 super chat. Valerie drops $5 as well. Thank you, Valerie McKegg. And then Louis Yankick. Oh my word. Super chatted a beautiful $44. By the way, Louis, you are a fantastic Yankee Cannon member. I love speaking with you, and it's just a joy to get to know you and talk with you and help you in every way I can. I just love our one-on-ones and emails and texts and everything else that we do together. Thank you so much for being a Yankee Cannon member and for that $44 super chat. You're the man. All right. North Shore 85 super chatted $10. Here's my late fee. Oh, you don't have to super chat if you're late, but I really appreciate it anyway. So thank you so much for that $10. And with that, and I think it was Lewis that got us over the $300 line. That means let's do another 1 ounce giveaway. This wonderful Buffalo round. If you don't like Buffalo rounds, you're just not a stacker. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. It's just I love the Buffalo rounds. So let's do that right now. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. All right, so let's do the Buffalo round. You know the drill. I think I need to make sure. Are we on slow mode set? Yeah, we're still in slow mode. I never released you guys, did I? All right, so we still have 483 people in the chat. That means right now your odds are just a little bit better than when it was up around 600, okay? We had, I think the peak, if I'm not mistaken, was 605 people in the chat. That is insane. Wow. I hope you, oh man, can you imagine how many people I'm going to have in that live stream when I give away this? It's got to be over 1,000. It's going to be way over, I hope. It's going to be insane. And that's not the only giveaway we're going to do at 100,000. We're going to be doing, ooh, I like that. Look at that. Here, piggy. We're going to be giving away silver along with this gold. So I'll be promoting it a little bit more, talking about it a little bit more. Probably when I break into the 90,000 subscriber count, that's when I'm really going to let people know when it's coming, what's up, and all that. So anyway, let's do the Buffalo. I'm going to pop out my chat, which I should have done earlier. Let you guys put stuff in there. Participants. Yeah, they're flowing. They're coming in. So I'll give you a few more moments to get your comments in. Let's see here. We had 4 quarters. All right. Let's see. That was that. We did the roll of dimes. And I think, yeah, I'm all caught up. All right, so I think there's enough. Let's see, that. All right, yep, we'll do the Buffalo. And I'm seeing a few more names pop in there. I'll give you 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds to get in. Get your name in. All right, all copy. That's it. I copied them all. All right, let's paste those in. Here we go. All right, so let's see the names. We'll do a little cleanup. And I think we'll probably, I don't know if we're going to get past, I think this is probably it for the bonus giveaways. Let's sort it. We will next do the SD Bullion anniversary round after this. Yeah, let's do that. So let's get rid of these members really quick. Then the new members here. All right, that cleans it up a bit. Let's shuffle it up. And spin. Good luck, everyone. This is for the Buffalo. Let's go. And the winner is Raymond, Jesse, Tommy, Seth, and Johnny Franklin. Can Johnny Franklin hold on? Yes, Johnny Franklin gets the win. Nicely done, Johnny. You know the gig. Email me at yankeestacking@gmail.com. Don't forget to put your mailing address in there. All right, so I know where to send this to. Johnny Franklin gets the Buffalo. All right. All right, and now we'll be doing the the anniversary round. Next. Hold on one second. All right. I'm going to wipe this out. All right, guys. SD Bullion is giving away that. I got a whole tube of these. They're awesome. Gotta love it. That's the next giveaway right now. All right, so I think slow mode's still on. Get your comments in. I'm going to pop this chat out now. There we go. All right. And I will let you know when I think it's long enough to get as many names as I can. I am waiting to see. Yeah, it's growing. So I'm gonna let this ride because this is our final giveaway of the night, most likely. And I want to make sure everybody gets a chance to put something in the chat. So we'll let that ride. If there, well, no, I don't know if I can get any other questions, and I don't want to open the call line. So this is probably going to be it. Thanks, guys, so much for being a part of the live stream and asking some incredible questions, both when Mukarram was on and when before Mukarram joined us. It's a lot of fun. This was a great way to spend the evening. I'll give you guys another 15 seconds or so to get something in the chat before we do this final giveaway. And don't forget to subscribe and tell others to subscribe too. We're going to do the gold giveaway of this 1 ounce Year of the Pig gold coin, not on the Wheel of Names. We're going to do it more analog. I've done gold giveaways in the past. I remember giving away a couple gold 1/4 ounce coins, and the way I did it was with paper and strips of paper with names and all that, and it was like in a big jar, and we pulled them out, counted it down, had a lot of fun doing it that way. So there are going to be some it's going to be in a different way. I'm not going to do the Wheel of Names because that would just be, I think it'd be insane. I think it might break the wheel. So we're going to do it differently when it comes to the gold giveaway. Let's see here. I still see a few more popping in. Let's give it a few more seconds here. All right. I think that's long enough. I think it's slowing down, and I don't see any more new names. So all copy. All right. There's the names. Let's paste it in here. All copy. Switch over to the Wheel of Names and paste. All right. So again, this one, again, you're going to need to send me your mailing address, or send me your mailing address. I will send it off to SD Bullion, and they will send it to you directly, okay? It'll ship directly from SD Bullion. Let's get rid of some of these here, like participants. Oh, man. I need to... Got a few lagging going on here. Let's slow this down here. Let's close this. Let's close that. That. Okay. That's a little better. Sort. Man, that is not responding quickly. Got a lot of people in here. Come on. Come on, you can scroll. I gotta get down. Here we go. Here we go. Members. Delete. There we go. Everything is just slow. There we go. And the last thing to get rid of is these new members here. All right. There. Whew. All right, let's shuffle it up just a couple times. And spin. Come on. Spin. There we go. Oh, man. Very slow going here. right. This is the final giveaway of the night for that beautiful anniversary round from SD Bullion, Jim, Coffee, Nan, THS, William Lightbody, Data, JB. Oh, JB. JB, you're going to get it. Congratulations, JB, you got it. Wow. Email me at yankeestacking@gmail.com, JB, and I will get SD Bullion to send one of these beautiful rounds out to you. Well, guys, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on Ask Yankee. And as always, I hope your day is A-OK. Good night, everyone.